getting into the game. You can find all of the episodes of Waterdeep and all of our tabletop shows on our YouTube channel. And we will tab over to this screen, and I will turn some music on and get into the game, because it is time for some Waterdeep. It's been a minute. It's been a bit since we've managed to tell some Waterdavian stories, and I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I don't really remember where we left off. I know that you guys most of you need to take a long rest for several days, so I think in the interest of keeping everybody on the same page, and because I don't really have anything planned right away, are we cool to just, like, fade in with a few days later at the bottom of the screen?
I mean, pretty much, because Braden and Lawrence were in his house that had just recently got a makeover.
Yes. And Connie and Pierce were stuck in bed, the twins were stuck in bed. So yeah, do we just want to cut to a few days later?
Connie was stuck in bed. Pierce was stuck in bed with Connie.
Yes.
Yes. Let's do that, I think.
Okay. So I think, like, we don't get a previously on into Waterdeep, right? We just get the establishing overhead shot of the city of Waterdeep in, like, late morning, so like 10 or 11, with the water reflecting off of or the sunlight reflecting off of the bay. Sorry, it's been a day. And then we fade down on the hustle and bustle of the city streets, and I guess as the GM, this is the time where I say, what is our opening scene? Does anybody have a scene they want to do? Do we want everybody to be together? Like, does anybody have anything in mind? If not, I have stuff. That's not an issue. But I would rather you guys take the stage if you want and or can.
I mean, it's been a few days, so Lawrence has not only seen to it, they just cleared the furniture and probably taken it over to the manor.
Okay.
Because, it's still good furniture. Why not, do some furnishing up there?
Right.
He's probably gotten back to work with Embrick and Avi, like he hasn't left.
Right.
And he's probably swung by to check on Leaf and go, and basically the whole, yeah, I'm a cleric now, so.
Okay. By the way, prepare your spells for the day, that you as well, Connie. If you haven't already done that.
Right.
Yeah, already done.
Cool. So, did you have a scene you wanted to fade in on, or is that just like a recap of what you've been doing? My question was, what's the opening scene of today's episode?
Probably,
If I may.
Yeah, by all means, what do you got?
go ahead.
To me, the best idea would be a few days later, open to everyone having breakfast. Like, something they found along the way, sitting in the manor, enjoying the new digs, as it
Yeah,
were.
no, absolutely. That's great. So everybody, you know what? Let's do everybody. Embrick and Avi, Rashal, probably not Trench, Fala Lafalier, Esvili Rosnar, Rainier Neverember, and the KnightLites, right? Like, everybody.
Oh, dang.
We
It's
got
like-
the entire KnightLite crew in here.
Yeah, there's like a big banner, like, hanging above the windows that says, like, grand opening, but it's not up yet, right? Like, it's on display for you guys to, like, test it, but it's not, like, outside.
Yeah.
And you guys are, yeah, there's, like, a big, like, buffet table, and yeah, like, all of your main friends are in here. And I think it's perfect, because Esvili and Rainier are arguing, right? Esvili and Rainier are arguing, and Rashal's trying to break it up.
And they're probably, like, pointing, like Rainier's got his fork, Esvili's got a biscuit in hand.
No, Esvili is, like, on her feet, right? She's, like, standing up at the table, and she's, like, leaning on the table and pointing at Rainier. There's no audio yet, right? It's just a few days later. They're shouting, and then Rashal, like, adjusts his glasses, and he's trying to get a word in edgewise. You see him, like, raise his hand a couple times, and everybody's ignoring him. And then somebody, probably Embrick, just shouts, like, enough! and then like in the silence we get audio for the first time.
Okay.
So yes, you guys are all like sitting around the breakfast table, and Esvile like
Sorry, what were you trying to say, Rishal?
simply that, well, my friends, what we're going to do with the money is irrelevant, as we still have to get inside. The matter of, the vault is it's legendary. And sure, we have the stone, safekeeping. He nods to everyone at the table, but there's still the matter of the keys, finding the damn thing, and then, well, sorting out what we're going to do with that, as Ms. Rosnoff suggests, afterwards. There's nothing to sort out, says Rainier. It's going back to the city. All of it. Most of it? We're doing more work than you. We're entitled to a say of where it goes. Rainier scoffs. I'm the one who's funding this expedition, Miss Rosnar. No. You're the one who contracted a bunch of out-of-town children for volunteer work. I'm funding it.
And Lawrence just sighs into the silence because this is probably not the first time this.
No, God, no. They've been at this for days.
This morning.
Yeah, right.
I don't think Rockham would
probably
have
round
much to say
4.
right now. He's just watching, I suppose.
And Lawrence would finally say, "Look,
Speak up.
Sorry, am I quiet again?
Yep. It was mostly your
say,
voice, though.
look.
There you go.
Sorry. You say, look, Esvile, most of us don't need that much money. Most of us want to, work for a living.
I'm not implying we take all of it, or even most of it. But giving all of it to the city seems a bit, I don't know, premature?
Think about what it could do to the overall stance of the city's wealth.
Think about what it could do for this tavern.
Think about what it could do for all of us here.
Think about what it could do for home. If we
Exactly.
What I'm saying is we don't need that much.
Well, no, we won't take all of it.
Not even sure how much is in there.
It's not yours to take. Not yours either. That's my point. If we're trying to right the wrongs of your father...
In fairness, Rainier, the money will inevitably return to the people because I intend to spend here in Waterdeep for, certain purposes, and no doubt anything we give to Rashal will end up back in circulation.
There is another matter you may not be considering, my boy, says Avi. And that is, the call of adventure. They're everywhere. And, he glances at Embrick, who nods. We don't expect you to stay once the vault has been claimed. There's always something on the next horizon, especially at your ages.
Well, I doubt that'll happen directly after we find the vault.
You say that, says Embrick.
Well, and we're always going to need to have a place to come home to. Certainly I'm not leaving.
How would
Not
we even
permanently as a-
How would we even get money back to these people? Just start throwing it in the streets? What's the plan here?
We give it to the open lord, obviously, says Rainier.
I was gonna say, best plan would be to take it to Laurel.
I think everyone just, Braden, looks at Sockham, like,
Yeah, just
Yeah.
do the head snap of, dude, really?
What? She never asked me to use the full term, so I thought it was okay.
And Laura's just
Vajra has asked me to use her full title,
And
correcting her, so that's why when I address
And
it,
here you are, Master Sockham, referring to the Blackstaff preeminent archmage of Waterdeep as Vajra.
Right. Lady Blackstaff asked me to use her title when referring to her, so I'm getting into the groove of doing so.
Technically
into it
speaking,
faster.
Lord Silverhand is more important than Vajra Safar. Scarier as well, frankly.
Nods.
Well, we found something you both agree on.
To say nothing of Lord Mert. Let us continue to say nothing of the Open Lodge, shall we? Master Never, but please, as there are things that you don't want overheard. I'm a harper, it's fine.
Probably several of us would lose it. At
Isvila is
it's
just
fine.
pinching the bridge of her nose, like, of course you're a harper.
I don't think Sokka can pitch in. He just like raised the cup to the open hog of Waterdeep.
Cheers.
And Braden's just looking at Svila, it's like, you didn't know he was a harper?
I think to you, Braden, because you're like sitting next to each other, like quietly, she says, "The Viper knows."
That's a fair point.
And he just like stares at her for like a second or two, turns back and just takes a bite of lip bread.
Right? Because nobody at this table, like very few people at this table knows that she's the Viper. Like she is here as Braden's girlfriend, not as the Black Viper.
Look, we don't even know what's in the vault. For all we know, it could be a literal gold dragon.
I mean,
we do know that there's a gold dragon in the vault, Mrs. Gambleson.
yeah, remember I asked about
Been determined.
the gold dragon with what was it? Rachel, 2 artifacts?
A staff of something or other, and a weapon known only as the Salamandra. I've been researching the topic, and I've found very little. Embrick very slowly puts his juice down. Master Rachel, did you say the Salamandra?
What's a salamandra?
I did, Master Harvey, or Master Embrick. This is something that you are aware of. A bit. The floor is
That Lawrence
yours,
leans down the
totally
table,
and metaphorically. If you would, I'm sure the assembled heroes of Waterdeep here would be most interested in what you have to say. And Avi's looking at him like, "Are we doing this again, Embrick?" And Embrick like pats Avi on the arm, like it's okay. He sighs. He says, "It's a Kalashite legend. It's an enchanted weapon. Some say it's a scimitar. Some say it's a polearm. Some say it's a wand. I'm not sure. But they say that souls of gold dragons rest within it. Souls, plural. And it can wield their flame and their fury."
So what you're saying is, if you put this in the hand of a golden dragon, you're basically making the king of golden dragon.
Or stab it with it.
What I'm hearing is we should bring fireproofing.
An
Probably.
excellent idea, Miss Gambleson. Perhaps
Maybe not piss off the dragon.
that is another matter entirely. As you have proven previously, not all dragons are to be met with sword and sorcery, but with, bribery and diplomacy. Thank you. Miss Rosnar. Not quite what I had in mind, but applicable.
I was going to say
yes.
food and kindness, but didn't quite take the step.
I will warn that while
And seafood, lots of
your
seafood.
work with Xenophon was admirable, and the information that we have gleaned from himself and his actions has been most fortuitous. Gold dragons, especially older gold dragons, are a different beast, if you would. Speaking from experience, And Embrick snorts when Rochelle says that, and Rochelle ignores him. He says, gold dragons tend to possess more single-minded intent and are a bit vain.
You'd think of being gold, they'd be a little more pompous than. Like, they'd be easier to get into their head, you know what I'm saying? Like,
If it was
How do you figure?
a child like Xenophon, potentially. But as it is likely something far older, perhaps older even than the city, I doubt it would be so simple. Dragons, especially true dragons as they are referred, a bit of a misnomer if you ask me. They are exceptionally long-sighted, and it could be that the whims and desires of mortals, if you'll forgive me for using such a term in such company, are not particularly its purview.
furthermore, we have no idea what Daggle probably offered it in order for it to stay there.
True. Or if there's anything more that it would want, then we could get it to be out of our way.
We could ask the stone, says Rainier. And as Vile and Rochelle say no at the same time, probably so does Piers.
Yeah, and so would
Rockham has that look like
That is a distinctly bad idea.
Sockham joins in on that no.
It's a plan B.
It's not a plan at all. I promised it solitude. That's what we're giving it.
Fair enough. I'm sure there's places we could research dragons, right?
Doesn't the Blackstaff currently have the stone?
The Blackstaff currently has the stone, yes.
Yeah.
But, I mean, Pierce is a member of Force Grey. You could literally go and, like, ask for it. You guys found it, for fuck's sake, like...
Yeah.
That'll be the last resort.
Hey,
plan.
so we know we dragged you out here in the middle of the night, but can we have that stone we gave you back?
It wouldn't be have it back, it's can we use it?
Yeah, just be
Can't
like,
be borrowed.
throw it for a sec.
It's probably in, like an SCP holding cell currently.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, to be fair, Solitude.
That's
Yeah.
exactly.
Also,
Yeah, that's
to be
true.
fair, you know, it warrants SCP Solitude.
Yeah, right? Alright, it was just a suggestion. What do you... That is to say... What is our next move? We're getting in the vault, obviously.
No, first we need to find the keys. We've got one.
No, two.
We know where we can. Wait,
Wait, I'm pretty sure we have two, right?
Yeah, you have two. You have the scale and you have the cask.
Yeah.
oh yeah, you picked up the cat. Okay, we just need to try and find an eye stock of a holder.
Yeah, we need a beholder's eye stock first.
And I think there's like an uncomfortable silence that falls over the table when that gets brought up again.
Lawrence takes a long drink, like,
Aye.
oh shit.
And I think jokingly, Brain stands up and it's like, well, let's go fight Xanathar.
Unless you guys want to scout it out first and then find the eye stock.
It's not a horrible idea.
Remind me where we found out it was?
A theater.
The Pink
Right.
Flump Theater.
Yeah, wasn't the Starlight was another.
Right, pink lump.
Yeah.
Yes. If anybody knows, like, do you guys say that in character? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. If anybody knows theater, it's probably the Harpers. Like,
Probably.
and I think Rainier.
So
I think
simple.
Rainier,
Just
like,
really-
at once he says, like, it's not a venue I know, but did you bother asking at the Light Singer, Sockham?
I haven't been there in a bit.
Didn't you
That
have
should
an
be our
addition
first
you
stop,
wanted
don't
to
you
do?
think?
Has it? Has it been a week since he needed to be there anyway?
It has been since the last time you were at the Light Singer Theater. It has been 6 days.
Let's say something right
So,
now.
like, due
No,
tomorrow.
I'm sorry. It has been 11 days
Really?
What?
I'll say it'd been like a
And
week.
when was he supposed to show up again?
in a 10-day.
Oh, so I still had time.
No, it's been 11 days.
Oh,
Missed it.
yeah, you missed it by a day.
Damn it.
Arguably, you were out cold.
Yeah,
I feel like saving Lawrence was worth it.
You know, Rainier, if I do go, I'd love to have you with me.
What did you do?
Let's open that chapter.
I missed rehearsal.
You had a part?
Yes, I'm the master of the hunt.
You're the...
Which is why I want you to come with me.
I will come with you to find out where this theater is located, but on that, mate, you're on your own.
That's fine. As long as there's a witness to my death.
Not everyone is going to kill you, especially not the Harpers. No, they'll probably fire you and demand that you turn in your costume.
I left my costume there.
You have a costume?
It's this big, impractical, shitty armor covered in spot. It was probably the worst costume design I've ever seen.
I mean, it's not practical, but it looks menacing.
It does, I'll give you that. But, you know. I'm disappointed nevertheless.
There's always next year.
Maybe.
I mean, arguably, you might get off with a slap on the back of the hand, given the fact that, you know,
Major part.
There's only so many rehearsals, unfortunately, especially if he's got the part of the Master of the Hunt. He held up everyone else. They're going to fire him.
Yeah, well, I tried to be optimistic.
I mean, being sick isn't an excuse, I guess.
Such is the way of things. As they say, opening night doesn't wait, doesn't care.
That's fair.
You know, it's unfortunate, but it's really quite fair.
Still worth going and looking around, though.
At the very least, you should go over there and, like...
Let them know, like, hey!
Instead of just ghosting.
Yeah.
Oh, a point about that. Since we've got everyone here, I might as well bring this up. If we go to the Light Singer and once that, he gestures at Talcum, is dealt with, they're going to want to know, well, how do I put this? They're going to want to know about your exploits. The Saga of the KnightLites. Have you sold the rights to anyone yet?
The rights?
Oh, what?
What now?
Who can tell the story of your adventures? And
Pierce
Pierce goes, Rashal.
I was going to say, Braden looks at Rochelle, just like...
Yeah, Roshal's been chronicling it. I don't know.
Yeah, he's the one taking
Does
the
that
notes.
count?
Rochelle probably looks very uncomfortable right about now.
Actually, Rashal is actually grinning. And he says, I appreciate your inquiry, Master Neverember. They are correct. I have been chronicling the adventures of the KnightLites and will continue to do so from the Vault of Dragons and beyond. It is quite a gripping read. If you would like to purchase the work on behalf of the Harpers, we can discuss matters. Or, if you would prefer a mediator of impartiality, I'm certain my guild could be of service. And Rainier looks like he ate a bug. It's like...
Lord takes a drink and he says, you know, Rochelle, royalties are a thing, too.
I'm quite aware, Master Parnassus, which is precisely why our good Harper friend there is so pale. Rainier swallows, and he looks at Lawrence, and he says, in hindsight, I should have expected that.
You're welcome.
You put him up to this, I assume? There's no way the slump knew how to do that.
Oh, goodness, no.
Braden's just looking confused, like, what now?
Yes.
So Brayden's
Certainly
looking
wasn't-
confused, and as Ville whispers,
I didn't even know there was rules about this.
You put a legal barricade in his way from getting a cheap payday.
I think Sarkum is doing that thing he's done all too often, where he's making a face like he knows exactly what's happening.
so
Roll deception.
And he adds,
right.
absolutely doesn't, but he's making it look like he does. We're trying to.
So while Sokum and I
yes,
are
this story is made of story.
so while Sokum and I are going to the Lightsinger Theater, what is the rest of you going to do?
We have to find the ice stock, I guess. Or see if we can buy one, maybe?
An eye stalk, I would presume. It doesn't have to be Xanathar's, right?
No, just a
No, just
Beholder's
a
Eye Stalk.
Beholder's. I mean, I could go track down a.
Master
It
Vishal.
makes the gesture for like one of the smaller ones. I
Yeah,
can't
right.
remember.
Is really holds a finger. She says, Master Vishal. Vishal looks over. Yes, Mrs. Rosnar. She says, they don't, on the off chance, shed them periodically, do they? And Rashal like fights the urge to laugh. You see him like put his hand up. And he's,
Huh.
no, they do not. They do not shed their eye stalks. Though it is an intriguing prospect. Unfortunately, grounded firmly in the realm of fiction.
The irony is not lost on me.
Yeah, right.
I wonder what happened to those guys I hired to work for us.
I imagine they took the money and left.
Probably.
Most likely.
I mean, you weren't here when you said to meet them. It's been
We are
4 days,
terrible.
dog.
I'm almost certain I told them to come when we were open.
You're not open.
We should not be running a business.
Really?
Most of you shouldn't be.
Shut up.
Oh, speaking of business, before I forget,
Hmm?
in the few days between where we left off and now, could Connie have gone to the conclave personally and made sure they got the message?
No. This is the first day you're on your feet.
Wait,
Let's
I
do
thought...
it today.
Never mind.
Pierce sent out a message.
You had 4 levels of exhaustion. We just you spent those 4 days in bed. This is the 5th day.
Yeah.
Didn't Pierce send out a message using Avina?
Yes. Yeah. No. You sent a message. You just they have heard from you. You just have not gone.
Okay.
What you said was, could
Then,
Connie
yeah,
have gone
I would
personally?
like
The
to-
answer is no.
Could always do
Yeah,
that today.
I'd like to stop in there, if at all possible.
Is that a good idea?
Is there a reason it wouldn't be?
Several to hear what Brayden has said.
It's fair.
Did we forget about the whole conversation we had with Tristan?
It's been a few weeks.
Fair. Fair enough.
Which, speaking of whom, where is he? I haven't heard from him.
And
Like,
Lauren
Yes,
just
Relay
looks
rubs the back of her
real
neck.
uncomfortable.
it's like Braden turns to Connie. It's like he after his shenanigans he left.
Like, out of town?
Yeah.
Did you guys actually tell her what happened, or?
Thought we would have because it's kind of a thing not to tell her.
I imagine that you were told, but it maybe hasn't sunk in yet.
Yeah, okay, that's fair. Sigh.
I'm sure we'll see him again.
No
You
doubt.
might
on the
want to
next
just,
adventure.
set me on fire, but,
These things tend to blow over in a few weeks.
You'd know.
I would, and so would you.
I
As
am
we
not
rolls her
touching that
eyes.
one.
Lauren just sighs again. Oh boy, here we go again. No, you
Let's
two- you
try and
two.
keep peace.
And Braden just looks between the two of them, just like, please don't.
On the topic of beholders, if I might, assembled my sirs, we could always ask at the tower.
There's an idea.
That's
Yeah.
true. We could ask Lord Blackstaff.
Worst case, they can point us in a direction.
Knowing Blackstaff, they probably have a basement full of caged up bad.
I'd be mindful of what you say, Sokum.
Wait, am I right?
You might be right. Do you want to find out? Do you want to be dragged down there? I certainly don't.
No.
Precisely.
Aim for the eyes if you are.
All of them.
All 12 of them.
Let us presume, if I might, that there is no conveniently available piece of reagent so to say, then the matter of harvesting comes into question, and beholders are not to be trifled with, as I'm certain I don't need to inform those gathered here today.
I mean, the gazers are bad enough.
Quite.
Would a gazer work?
It's what I was just about to ask, Asvila.
It's worth a shot.
How similar are they?
Biologically,
Right.
similar enough, but magic tends to be specific.
There's no harm in trying.
We don't know what happens if we're wrong, though.
It's like as the words leave his mouth, it's like, wait a minute, there is a harm, the place could explode.
Exactly. You got the code
Yeah.
wrong. Boom.
Well, that would have been that more than likely would have been included when I asked the defensive mechanism. All I was told was the dragon. For what are its defensive? We
Fair.
didn't say anything about failsafe.
So we send
Arguably,
Succum in first.
arguably, a lock is not considered defenses. It's considered obstruction.
But wouldn't a failsafe be considered a form of defense?
To you or I,
Yeah.
yes, but to an ancient creature in a rock who doesn't want to be probed for information?
Fair.
So we're dealing with a djinn, is what I'm hearing.
What was that?
You sound very far away.
Yeah, you do.
No,
Okay.
dragon. We just established that.
Who do I?
Better.
There you go.
There you go.
I have to eat my microphone.
Nah, you don't have to be that close, just closer than you are.
Nom nom nom.
My desk doesn't have a lot of space.
Well,
I feel that.
Like you need to get a bigger desk.
Know the feeling.
I'm sorry. I'll be back in just a moment.
Do you have a lot of experience with Jinn, Rainier?
more than you, though not as much as I would like.
What's a djinn?
Yeah, and why don't I like that word? Why does that bother? Why does that scare me?
Well, they can shape reality, so it's understandable.
They can what now?
And
They
Lord
can make the sky pink if they want to. They
They
can.
can what.jpg.
They can realign the construction of your body. They can do a lot of things. They can also grant wishes.
How about we don't bother with one of those?
Why don't we wish the vault was open?
There's an idea.
And everybody like looks at his Vile, except for Rainier, who looks down and sighs in that I've already tried that kind of way.
And
You found one?
Not technically, no.
There's a story there. You owe them that
technically
much,
means a
Rainier.
lot.
Fine, get comfortable. So, I've been trying to get into this bloody thing for years, as you can imagine. I've had my share of adventures. I don't know where the damn thing is. You lot have gotten farther than I could have. I didn't know about the keys, I didn't know about the theater, blah 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 blah. So I thought, well, the best way to get that information is a wish. Get your wish granted by a semi-omnipotent being, and find out where the vault is and open it. Turns out, whatever the deuce my father did, a wish spell doesn't work.
That sounds
Both
like
of both the lords' eyebrows go up like, excuse?
Honestly, I'm not surprised, but that's probably because I'm not familiar.
Yeah, same.
Maybe he wished it wouldn't work.
Did you waste the wish spell then?
No, I wish for all the golden Waterdeep. Yes, I wasted it.
Wait.
This is a dumb question. Did you ever try? You probably only have ever had one opportunity to make a wish, huh? I was gonna say, what did you ever try wishing for the contents to be removed? Don't need to find it if you just take the contents with magic.
I actually assumed it would be easier to find how to get in and where it was. Either way, no, I've only had one opportunity, and I would rather not discuss what led me to that point.
That's fair.
Just for giggles, would you care to wish for a Beholder's Eye Stalk?
Oh, great Umteo, if you can hear me, I'd like to wish for a Beholder's Eye Stalk. Nothing happens.
A beholder just spawns in the room.
Yeah, right.
That'd be the luck.
Well, it was worth it. Excuse me. Well, it was with.
The
Well, it
number
was
of
worth a shot.
times that I have tried to do that, I'm probably in debt to the damn GN at this point.
Here's
Yeah, fair
a
enough.
stupid thought. It's a spell, right?
Wish? Yes.
Albeit probably an incredibly high level one, if you assumed it was capable of that.
Beyond the kin of most spellcasters, including the Archmage Safar. Yes.
Ah,
Yeah, well, that
Well,
was
look-
an idea I was having.
there goes my idea.
Wishes are firmly in the realm of the supernatural, you might say.
I hate to say this. Mostly because it might be possible. Rainier,
Hmm?
do you think Mert has the connections to find one?
A wish spell or a beholder?
A beholder.
Probably. I mean,
Specifically a stalk, but, you know.
technically speaking, Lord Silverhand and Xanathar are in written communication.
Wait,
I'm
really?
sorry.
I didn't say they were friends.
That's fair.
Angry
Does
pen
it come in the
pals.
form of a red telephone?
What?
And Lawrence looks at her like, you know, gives that look like, how'd you get in my
Out of
part?
character, by the way.
Oh.
That was distinctly out of character.
Ah, sorry. But
What the hell, Gansy?
also, here's a thought. Morbid though it is, can it be attached to the beholder?
We are not taking Xanathar
Do you
to the
want to
vault.
bring a Beholder to the Vault of Dragons?
If we bring Xanathar, we'll probably have to fight Xanathar
Not
to move any of
Xanathar.
that.
Obviously, we'll have to fight Xanathar. No. The Xanathar's guild makes judicious use of gazers. We ensorcel one and bring it to the vault. It might, emphasis might, I see you looking at me, Miss Rosnar, be easier than killing it.
I mean, why don't we just put it in a pickle jar? That way we don't need magic.
Put it in a pickle jar and then paint it black so it can't actually see where we're going.
Bam, brilliant.
Do beholders have to breathe? Rashok chokes on his sausage. Honestly, I'm not certain.
Well, that doesn't really matter because if the little dude dies, we can just the eye out and we have our key.
Well, is it undead?
What?
It can be. I've seen
What?
Because unless
Zombie.
it's undead, I would assume it would have to breathe at some point.
Remember that zombie one we fought in the portal?
Oh, don't remind me.
I've still been
If only
trying
we
to
had that,
forget.
we could do that.
We could just wait in the portal until another one shows up.
Yeah,
that
how
could
about
take
not?
ages.
How often does that place get attacked anyway? I mean, like, big scale attack like they did.
large scale. Once a season.
Hmm.
Yeah,
we
that'll
managed
take
to
a while
just
then.
get there at the worst possible time.
Yeah.
Or the best possible time.
Well, given it's led to this adventure, I'd probably say best. Smiles at Israel.
Aww. And then from down the table, it's probably just, now kiss.
I guess he like goes, all right, and just grabs Brayden around the neck.
So I guess, I mean, The safest bet would you just go to Blackstaff and see if they have something close to it, or know where we can get one.
And therein lies the trouble, Master Rockham. If the Blackstaff does not have such a thing readily available, then the harvesting falls to the KnightLites, and again, I say that beholders are not trifles by any means.
I think he just looks at Carol. Carol looks at him. Yeah.
I'll take a good bet that if Mert is at Lightsinger Theater, and I talk to him about that and somehow get it past him that we need it for what we need it for, I might be able to use Harper Sway to buy one as a spell component. Or under the guise of a spell component, I should say.
Do you want to
I thought
risk
you were-
that?
What was that?
Harper.
Lying to Lord Mert, do you want to risk that? Also, why?
Because I hate to say it, but I'm almost certain he could pull it off.
Yes, quite so. Why not just tell him?
Knowing him, he would literally pull it off.
Yeah.
He just makes a yoinking motion.
I really... Listen, Mert
What?
has
What?
been very-
Perhaps
He's been-
I'm out of the loop, but what precisely is the problem with the words, Lord Mert, we need a beholder's eye stalk to open the vault of dragons and give its money back to the city?
Because he's been so back and forth, it concerns me on what he'll do when we...
Because he's a dick.
And I haven't?
You're less of a dick.
Thank you, but my point stands.
He threatened Constance's life.
I mean,
Probably.
if you show... Good.
I told you before, and I'll tell you again, he's probably forgotten.
Doesn't make it any less of a dick move.
Well,
You know what, Rainier? You want the money to go back to the people. I'll tell you this. We can tell Mert straight up, but whatever happens is solely on you.
and if he
If it-
shows up at the vault looking for trouble, I put an arrow in his face. Job done.
You
Or
put an
try to-
arrow in
Mert,
his face, and all of you are dead.
That'd only be if he starts it.
Knowing Mert, he'll probably want to attend.
What?
And given who else we've invited, we probably shouldn't do that.
Knowing Mert, he'll be like, oh, I'd love to go, blah, 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 but I have so much other things to do, so I'll send a proxy.
Yes, hi, it's me, the proxy to Lord Mert. Probably.
And I think Sokkum just does the da-da hands.
I'm a harper in the city without a current assignment, of course he's going to send me.
So, realistically, if he does do something, it'll be through a secondary hired proxy. Which, if we're not currently in bad graces, I bet he won't. But I don't trust that he won't.
No. So the question you should be asking is not whether or not you could take Lord Mert in a fight, but if you could take me in a fight.
Braden looks him up and down.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
like-
right.
Saying like, really? You want to have this conversation now?
I think Sokkum, looks
I'm
Rainier
just
up.
saying, I'm going to side with the harpers. But I've never hidden that fact.
Let it be known I wouldn't want to fight you, but I could.
Sokkum looks Rainier up and down, flexes an arm and looks at it.
Rainer raises an eyebrow boredly at him.
Just like, yeah, later.
Anyway,
About the only one of you that's a threat is Percival. He gestures at Pierce, who's double fisting toast. Pierce is like, whoa.
And Pierce probably just looks up like,
Exactly.
I'm sorry, have you seen me and my brother's new trick?
Have you seen Pierce? I can't make fireballs.
I survived 2 of them on the dock.
Because you're crazy.
Yes, here's the thing about surviving them. I'm faster than you.
To be fair, one of you could probably just sit on him and problem solved.
Well, like
Heck,
Carol.
I could sit on him and problem solved.
Involving catching, again. I don't have to kill you, and you don't have to kill me. I just have to get the money into the hands of Lord Silverhand before you can stop me. And I
That's
don't
fair.
think you would, so what does it matter?
Regardless, the money is going to return to the people whether we take a portion or not. It's just a matter of how long.
He puts a hand to his face. If you give the money to Lord Silverhand, she is probably going to give you a percentage.
Well, there we go. Problem solved.
Sockham's
Miss
new
You
Rosa,
should've
you're
led with
spending more
that.
time with them than I am. Why didn't you tell them how Waterdeep works? I've tried.
We've also been incredibly busy.
Sockham's newfound distrust of politics forms on his face.
You try explaining the system of guilds and hundreds of years of political grandstanding to.
And she almost says the word yokels, and she stops.
And Lauren just leans on the table and looks over at her and says, "And you now understand why I didn't bother."
Quite.
Right. Well, if it's a situation of returning a lost coin purse and the chances of getting a coin out of it is higher than not, then whatever.
Then if we're allied, why shouldn't we go to the Harpers for help?
Didn't you piss off Mert a couple days ago?
Me? No.
Oh yeah, there was the
What?
whole thing with Lord
Yeah.
Blackstaff.
Yeah.
No, I told Lady Blackstaff what Mert did in regards to his threat to Connie.
Have you
and
spoken to him since then?
I have not.
You're still a Harper, right?
I don't know.
One second. You guys talk amongst yourself for a minute. I'm gonna go shut my door.
I don't know.
Meanwhile-
I think I have my new ringtone.
Meanwhile, look over and give me
Right?
Karen belly rubs.
Someone make a clip of that.
Didn't
Just my fucking defeated ass. I don't know.
Lord Blackstaff offer you like a Force Grey badge? And
Not-
I can't remember if you took it or not.
I can't remember either.
She did not.
I don't believe so.
I'm not a Force Grey
right.
badge, but like part of the
It
Blackstaff.
was to Connie, I think.
I think so.
We could protect her, but she has to be Force Grey.
Right.
Let's just consider you in a gray zone for now, until we know what that was. That wasn't meant to be a pun, but I'll take it.
Yeah, well, it was a pun anyway. I took psychic damage, so screw you.
Apparently, I'm missing all the puns today.
That's a gray zone, but I meant because
Uh,
Harper and,
Harper and Force Grey.
yeah.
So anyway,
You're also a
Peak
great
comedy.
boy.
Rainier receives the new patented Sockham. I don't know.
Welcome back.
do you want to be a Harper?
Fax machine noises returns.
I think the big issue is that a lot of us just don't trust Mert.
I haven't. What's
You
with-
can trust Mert precisely as much as you can trust Vajra Safar. And Pierce goes, "Hey!"
That's actually the thing. I've interacted with Vajra enough that I have a basic understanding of her and her character, but
No, you don't.
Remember that thing called lying?
Of the character she chooses to show.
well, yes. She's like the wind.
She's just as shrewd as Lord Mert.
From what I've found, Lady Blackstaff is like the wind. At times, when peace is most common, gentle, but the moment you turn sour against her, she becomes a whirlwind bent on your destruction.
Wasn't she going to sacrifice like 3 of you to take down a clone?
Yeah.
Yeah, there was that.
Not thrilled
but-
about that.
Well, two, but still.
Close enough.
But right, 2, and then you volunteered to make it 3, Brayden.
Wait, he did what?
Nothing.
I'm pretty sure
Right.
you were there for that.
Was I?
Probably.
Were you?
Knowing Sokka, you probably would have forgot.
Yeah, a lot has happened.
I'm not asking you to invite them to your wedding. I'm just saying, generally, it sounds like your goals ally with the Harpers.
Right. Well, then,
There's
if
good
I
Harpers and there's bad Harpers.
if I am still the Harper, then when we go there, if it is proven that I am, or whatever, and I don't die, then yeah, fuck it. Let's ask Mert for help.
Good enough plan?
Right, so Sockham and I are going to Castle Waterdeep. What about the rest of you?
Lawrence just pats his hammer and gives Ember Kanavi a look. I've got work to do, so
Should I?
Should we go ask Lord Blackstaff and accidentally pit them against each other, or?
I mean, I'm not going to be too helpful in either of these scenarios, so I'll go with either of you.
Should I wear a suit or something? Should I wear a shirt?
You look fine.
I think Rainer and Asvile say no and yes at the same time.
they would.
The question is, who says no and yes?
That's for you to decide.
Which is even better.
Is he gay or European?
Because both scenarios are great.
Wow.
That was loud, Gamzee.
What?
Wasn't too loud.
That was loud.
What was?
Your outburst.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Derek stood.
I tried to keep it quiet.
So,
If not, what do you guys say to scouting out the theater?
I'd be up for that. Do we know where it is?
Well, one.
Kanye starts glancing back and forth between the Waterdeepian.
No, we need to go to the Lightsinger Theater to find out where the venue is. But Lord Mort is probably not going to be there, so we need to go to Castle Waterdeep if we're going to enlist his help. Sockham and I could do both, but it seems like a lot. Brayden, I can go to the castle if you prefer.
Yeah.
We could all go to the Lightsinger Theater and then split up.
When you say "oh," Miss Gambleson, I just for the sake of clarification, I know at least 4 of us here have tasks to return to.
Let me rephrase. All of us who aren't currently preoccupied.
I would probably suggest going to the Blackstaff first because they deal with all the magical goblet.
Yeah, that's probably the first place to go.
They're
That's
most
true. We
likely
could
to
probably
have
find
bits
out
and
about the
pieces of magical
Salamander and
creatures.
the.
They're
Sorry,
most
what?
likely to have bits and pieces of magical creatures. And if we're lucky, a beholder
True.
stock.
I want to go right, but since I really need to go talk to him anyway to find out my standing with the guild, should I just ask to be safe? It would be better to have 2 than to have none.
It can't
Archmage
hurt.
Safar and Lord Mert are not opposed to each other. If you're concerned about them arriving at the same place, they might bicker, but, well, frankly, it's their bickering that's endearing. If a dragon attacks the city, no offense, Master Rashal, untaken, Master Neverember, you can bet that they're both going to be barking orders from their tower tops, most likely.
It's a good way to put that.
Not what I was going to say, but not wrong. They're not going to be fighting amongst themselves, is my point.
We should probably get a move on if we're going to do this then,
Yeah.
It'd be better going to 2 places rather than just 1.
Right.
Cut down on time, and if one doesn't have it, the other might.
Right.
So let's say that we get our hands on the Beholder Eye Stalk and we find out where this venue is. Are we going straight there?
Once we have the eye.
Should probably figure out what we need in
Unless
case
you wanna
Gold Dragon is a problem.
get supplies first.
Yeah, get supplies, then once we get all the last key.
I don't know about the rest of you, but not exactly fireproof.
On that note, perhaps good Master Lafalier would be kind enough to, well, brew up some potions of resist flame.
you guys forgot Fala was there, and that's exactly how Fala likes it.
I didn't.
Right.
To be fair, I forget I'm there half the time.
I mean, Lawrence is just polite.
No, I didn't forget. It was just more when it came up. It was like, Fal, have you got any potions of fire resist we can use?
And yeah, Fala like signs something, and Rashal adjusts his spectacles, and nods and says, I'm keeping some liquid assets safe for the KnightLites. Master Lavalier, I do not believe it will be much of an issue at all. And Fala nods. None of you object to using the Giant's Tomb's plunder for some potion craft, I trust.
Looks at Connie.
Yeah, Lawrence did the same thing. Like,
I don't got a problem with it.
Well, there we go.
It won't be a significant portion of it, Miss Gambleson, just enough to, well, both Master Lavalier to make a profit.
Naturally.
I wouldn't expect them to do it for free.
Might I also recommend a few scrolls? I've been working in your absence. I have some things here that, well, not here, but I have them at my shop that could be a great deal of use to you, each of you, but especially Master Sorkham and Miss Gambleson.
Quick question, Kit. 'Cause I forgot.
What's up?
Go ahead.
So, because I just realized it clicked in my head. It's been a few days. Any sign of Galestorm?
No.
Okay. Starting to get a little concerned.
Do you mention it?
Not yet. I'll talk to Sokam when we're on the way.
I mean, the person to talk to would be Lavalier.
you know, given Zaraj said what, 2 weeks?
Yeah,
It's only been like 5 days.
11, well,
Might have been a bit more. I don't remember.
He didn't give you a definite. He said, I need some time.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing grandiose, but still useful. Items all the same. Pierce like taps his spellbook, which you guys see he's got a new spellbook. So
Fancy.
yeah.
Before I forget, what about something to see invisible creatures?
Looks at Brayden.
yeah, for a while there, we were being tailed by an invisible gazer.
I don't have anything prepared, Master Lavalier. Fala shakes their head. And, it's something that can be arranged. Miss
I almost
Gambleson.
almost wonder if that brewery would have something.
It wouldn't surprise me in the slightest if the Xanathar's Guild had the gazers following us all the way to the vault just to show up when it was open.
I mean, we took care of one of their spies, so I haven't gotten a whiff of any other.
One of them, but who knows how many there are.
They could be watching us right now, for all I know.
Recommend something a bit more permanent. In that case, I can speak to some members of my guild, if you like. Miss Gambleson, I should take no more than a day or so. Perhaps less if it's an emergency and you're willing to entrust your funding to me.
Just because paranoia, can I roll a perception check?
Sure.
Yeah, I'm really Kara would be good at sniffing that out. I don't know if Kara would know what to sniff for.
If you trained Caro to sniff for it, probably.
Things to work on later.
So there is an invisible creature in this room right now, Brayden.
Uh-huh. Is it humanoid?
It's impossible to tell. There is an invisible creature in this room. You can tell by like the depressions in the dirt with that massive roll that you did.
It might be a leaf.
That's
I
what
was about to say. People keep beating me to the punch, for fuck's sake.
Gotta be clear.
Sorry.
Because of the depression in the ground, is it like feet or is it just an orb?
Well, Leaf doesn't have feet.
Of course, spirit.
So like it, what you're asking in a roundabout way is it Leaf or is it a Gazer? And the answer is you can't tell.
Aye.
It might be an invisible stalker for all you know. But look, dude, without magic, the fact that you know there's an invisible creature in here at all is huge.
Yeah.
Yeah. You could just knife it and see what happens.
I say just grab it, dude.
Or as we're leaving later, just
See, that's the thing. People think we got rid of Leaf, but we haven't.
That's true, yeah.
So, yeah.
And Brick and Avi think you got rid of Leaf.
Then just passingly walk through the
There
space.
is a mechanic for this. It's called Sleight of Hand.
yeah, that's fair.
As fair. I could like gesture at him to say like shift if it is him.
How would you that's almost like animal handling. You're trying to convey a message that complicated without tipping anybody else off. Like that's almost animal handling.
Like I personally would just have Carol go over there and like sit where I think it is, but see what happens.
My initial plan was just to keep like tabs
Like you
on it.
don't know where it is. Like, that's the other thing. Like again, you're not using magic. You just rolled so high. I can say there is right. There is one imposter among us. Right. There's something here, but you don't know what the fuck it is or where it is.
Okay, that was my bad for taking that the wrong way because you said
Yeah. Like without some like, because otherwise invisibility is not strong at all. Right. Like. You just rolled so high, you get the little pop-up that says there is an invisible creature in this room, but that's it. You don't know what it is, you don't know where it is, you don't know.
You won't know who until you eject it.
Yeah.
All I could help picture is just this image of Braden sitting at a table, and all of a sudden he gets this pop-up. There is a foreign force in the area.
Yes.
The metal gear.
Yeah. Like for all you know, a Gazer could be making the Ahiago face at you right now. Like you don't know. Like.
And there's something to draw later.
No.
How about no?
If while we were on the topic of like invisible gazers that was following us, and like Brain just looks around and then like holds up a finger, like. So about that.
What's up?
We were just talking about an invisible gazer and like shifty eyes.
All right, tell me where to throw my hands.
Table gets real quiet. Everybody starts looking around.
Start looking around, yeah.
I don't know where, but there's something here.
Does Rashal know detect invisibility? Wait a minute, he might.
Wouldn't detect magic also work for this?
No.
Because you could see the spell being.
No, because that would negate invisibility, and there's literally a spell called detect invisibility.
Fair enough. Wait.
Or see invisibility, whatever.
Hey, Connie, don't you have a thing for this that you could?
Yeah, Rashal does not have it prepared currently.
Don't you have a thing that you can just when things are highlighted?
Fairy fire.
Yeah, hang on.
He doesn't know the name, which is why.
Right, yeah.
Unfortunately, I don't have that prepared.
Fuck.
Does Rashal have fairy fire prepared? He might. Does Avi have fairy fire prepared, for that matter? Let me check.
Does Lauren?
No, Lawrence does not.
I don't either. It's okay.
Does Pierce?
Pierce does not, because I don't have access to a spell book.
Straight.
Getting Bolt, Sanctuary, Restoration, Dispel
Wait,
Magic. Avi has Dispel Magic prepared. That's good to know for later.
If it is Leaf, Fairy Fire wouldn't affect him, because we established that last time.
Correct. Because he's not
Does
invisible,
anyone
he's
have a pocket
ethereal.
of dirt? Is that a thing?
Hang on. Rashal, here we go. Do you have a scroll?
That feeling when you fix your stat sheet so you're actually useful.
Right. Okay. So, like, everybody's, like, looking around. People are like, I don't have it prepared. Rashal goes digging through his pack, and he says, I don't have, something.
immediately useful, but the mark of a skilled arcanist is to have lateral options. I have, he pulls out a scroll of detect creature. If there is a gazer here, and we cast detect key creature with the intent to identify the nearest gazer, will alert us if there's one in the vicinity. If there's not, it will tell us across town or whatever.
Azureg might be able to do this before you waste that.
That's a good point.
I was going to say, I will put it on your tab, Miss Gambleson. It's a rather expensive scroll.
Azureg, present party excluded. Anything to report?
What can Azureg see again?
He can detect non-lawful creatures within, I think, 120 feet.
Non-lawful creatures.
Present party excluded.
Yeah. I got that. Let me check. I need to check Leaf's alignment, because he might be lawful.
You are surrounded by 30 gazers. Roll initiative.
Don't tempt the fox.
Listen, I had to beat Braden's ass once. Don't make me do it again.
I mean, by all means.
That. Well, this is annoying.
What?
It says use the specific monster block for Leaf, but the specific monster block is chaotic evil, and there's no way Leaf is chaotic evil.
Wait, what?
No.
That's weird.
If it was chaotic evil, they would have attacked us as soon as we walked in.
Exactly.
So,
In fairness, I think they're supposed to do that, but I didn't want to do that because it's boring.
I mean, fair. This is much more
The
interesting.
solution here
Yeah.
is
the
to simply
solution-
give Leaf a specific stat block.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. So, like, I'm trying to think, like, what alignment would be best for Leaf, and I don't want to fuck Salcom 6 Ways to Sundown, but I feel like it would be either true neutral or lawful neutral.
I'm thinking lawful neutral.
Probably lawful neutral,
I'm
because
also
really
thinking
all he
lawful
wants us to
neutral.
see is, like, Pub get brought back up.
Right. So to that end, if there's any non-lawful creatures around, present company included, then I think, yeah, Azure Edge chimes in with, there's a few people passing outside that are a bit sus, but no one here, no.
Oh no. It's spreading.
Oh, I don't know why that's so fucking funny.
Because it's a joke, friend.
It's stupid. It's stupid in the best way.
It's more of, oh, for fuck's sake, than an actual chuckle.
Well, whatever it is, it's not. Whatever it is, it's lawful. That's the important fact here.
So we're either dealing with a very nice gazer or something else.
Oh, what? Says Avi.
I said, or something else.
I forgot to check if Avi has fucking Fairy Fire equipped. 1 second.
In which case, what's the what else?
Could be anything.
Slight realization on Braden's face.
If you like, I could dispel its invisibility.
It's not.
I mean, doesn't matter to me either way, but
It's just on the off chance that it might be something spying on us.
yeah.
Honestly, at this point, if it was something hostile, with us so openly talking about it, wouldn't have gone on the attack or
ran away.
And it's really goes, clearly you've never been spying before. And Rainier raises an eyebrow at her like, excuse me?
I'm
And Lawrence looking back between both of them, like, are you really wanting to do this now?
Are you to imply that you have started spying on someone, and they have been like, there's someone spying, and you just vibed?
Sorry.
I think as Vile does that, like,
proper noble miss thing where she doesn't answer because her mouth is full of wine.
Mm-hmm.
Just sip.
Yeah.
Does she just do the sarcastic sip?
Yes.
Sharp teeth.
Nice.
Sharp tea. Yes,
Sharp
exactly.
tea.
You bring me so much pain. You're perfect for Brayden.
Oh no! There's so much to unpack in that sentence.
Oh, where do we start?
As much as I hate to agree with Miss Rosnar and how curious I am of the way that she knows, I have to agree. Because it could be a bluff, or it could be a servant trying to get a room assorted. It's not necessarily you.
Or we could all just be crazy.
Wait, question. Does Unseen Servant get detected by invisibility? Or is that...
Technically, Unseen Servant is just a fancy way to say telekinesis. Some
Okay.
GMs rule that it's like a golem, and some rule that it's just like telekinesis. I haven't decided on that. I'll just be blunt with you. But because I haven't decided, I will say that it's probably not that.
Okay. That was just a thought that came to my mind. It's
No,
like, okay,
it's completely valid. I haven't
Considering the
really had to
spells-
consider that before, so...
Considering the spell specifies it as mindless, I'd assume it'd be unaligned, if anything.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'd say go for the spell. See if it'll...
As you like. Yeah, and Avi, like, takes out the symbol of Eldath and, like, holds it up. Where precisely is the thing?
Brain shrugs. It's in the room somewhere.
That's not
That's not
extremely
helpful. I know.
helpful.
I can kind of roll another perception to see.
No, there's nothing you can do unless the entity does something to reveal itself that will give you more than there's something here. Unless you change the status of the situation, no, it's beyond your ken.
I mean, if I really there's the place has been redone. There's not any dust lying about anymore. Damn it.
Yeah, that's... My brain already went there.
I mean, there is, but there's
Oh, there is.
less.
Yeah.
It's not writing quality dust anymore.
Correct.
Hmm.
The place is damn near ready to open.
Need to get a jar of dirt at some point.
Just needs the last dust.
Alright, I might have an idea here.
Okay.
I just gotta look in my back.
2 hours in the Trollskull Manor. I'm just saying.
I know.
Yeah.
We are the best at D&D.
Well, maybe
You are
you shouldn't have
the
such...
best Waterdeepian players ever. For those of you who don't know, the average number of sessions for Waterdeep Dragon Heist is 4.
Well, maybe you shouldn't make such interesting NPCs.
We're here to tell a story, not make it
I'm not
fast.
complaining. I just find it funny.
Okay, so you can, using Presty, clean or dirty.
True.
If I walk behind the counter, go like Sockham's gonna like.
So here's the thing, Sokka. Like, yes, you can do. All of you can do things to be like, "Hey, Leaf, is it you, dog?" But if you do that, Obvi's gonna know something is up.
Yeah.
Which is why Lawrence hasn't done a damn thing.
And I have an idea if you guys want.
I believe that Gamzee has forgotten that Obvi
I
has
haven't-
a thing against undead.
No, I have
The
not.
best idea here is we leave and see if that presence follows us.
Yes. Correct.
Because if it follows us, then we have a problem.
That's also fair. Oh,
If it's
no.
just if it's just some asshole peeking in through a window somewhere, who cares?
If it was someone peeking into a window somewhere, Brayden would have seen it with the fucking perception
Well,
check
if
that he
they're
rolled.
invisible. But, yeah.
I mean, still.
I would have seen like breath on the window or something.
Yeah, like that. There's a difference. Yeah, that would have changed the game.
I still think leaving and seeing if we notice it following us is the best option.
I agree.
Plus, we have shit to do.
Instead of wasting the spell slot, why don't we just go and do what we're gonna do?
So the only issue with that, with you guys leaving, this is a very minor issue, is Vile is in street clothes and heels, and she's going to be complaining the entire time if you drag her around Waterdeep in this outfit.
That's Braden's problem.
I mean, no, it's not. It's Rainier's problem, realistically.
That's fair.
See, the thing about that is that carriages exist.
She's still gonna be bitching.
I will take a different carriage.
Okay, so what we do is we get her her own carriage. She changes it in said carriage.
Yes, and then you get to the destination, and suddenly the Viper's there, and Rainier goes, "Where's Vile?"
She could change her shoes.
She went home because she had noble shit to deal with.
And so the Black Viper... Look, Rainier was born at night, but not last night, friend.
I mean, has yet to be confirmed.
Well, hold on. Viper, Rainier knows Viper works for the Rosnar family.
Yes.
This has been said.
Yes.
So, if we say...
Yes, if you give Clark Kent an out, then yes, everything is fine. But you can't just take off his glasses and be like, "Hi, Superman, when did you get here?" Like, Rainier's not quite that dumb.
It's like the trick where you throw up a blanket and then someone different is behind it.
Don't get me wrong, Rainier is dumb. Rainier's not that dumb.
So what
Like
we
I said,
do is we remind Rainier that the Black Viper works for the Rosnars, just subtly. We get Asvila her own carriage, then she can change, and then get out of the carriage at a different location, and then the Black Viper can show up on foot.
Yes.
But how do we communicate that right now?
Yeah, that's the other thing.
None of us know the spell telepathy yet.
Correct. Telepathy's like a 6th level spell, dude.
Yeah, that's up there.
Yeah. There's also a feat for it now.
Yeah. I think you mean sending, but sending isn't subtle.
I've got it, but
I mean, I have an idea, but it's a stretch because I'm horrible at lying.
Go on.
The idea would be suddenly the two carriages we take, one with Asvila and it goes a different way, and when they ask about it later, we just say the driver was drinking on the job. It's a horrible lie, but it's the best I got.
How could you possibly know?
Fuck, I don't know.
So if the plan is also, Asvila can thank for herself, and I need to remember this. If the plan is for everybody to start getting up, Asvila is like,
"All right, well, while you guys are all doing that, I suppose I have another day of stock reports to go over.
Sounds thrilling.
Yeah.
Would you like to join me?"
No. And I leave.
Yes, good luck with your stock reports.
"Thank you all again for brunch. The manor looks quite impressive. Do stop by before you venture into the vault, if you would. Both for myself and my Sir Lavalier."
of course.
Of course.
Lawrence, my boy, do you want to go with your friends, or shall we return to it?
I've missed working, if I'm honest.
And we've missed having you. Right, so
Lawrence just shoulders his hammer.
Sockham and I to the Lightsinger Theater, and the three of you to where?
Black stuff? Is that where we're going?
Like stuff.
Like stuff.
Alright, let's go.
And we'll all meet up at the Lightsinger Theatre. No, wait.
Yeah, where do we want to meet up?
Weren't you two going to the Castle Waterdeep first?
No, not well. What do you think, Sockham?
I
Because if you two go to Castle Waterdeep, we'll go to Blackstaff and then we'll meet up with the Lightsinger later.
That
think
could
that's
work.
the best plan.
That works.
Hey, Randy, have you ever platinumed a carriage before?
Oh, bad.
Rainier goes to get up and he stops, and he like looks over and he says, "Try an Electrum next time."
Oh, jeez!
Wait, what's that?
Precisely. It just like finishes his drink and turns to walk away.
That's terrible, and I approve.
Why would you subject someone to having to use an electrum?
I think he like looks at Braden like, is that like a thief tactic? Or...
I think Brain just shrugs like I don't even know what it is.
Is Vila?
Sorry, I can't hear you over these boots that I'm wearing. I'm gonna go change. Bye.
He didn't say it. He wasn't saying it. He was just giving a look. Like, do you know?
Exactly. But her response is, "I can't hear you over the boots that I'm wearing." Bye.
Fair enough.
Esvile does not like wearing heels.
That's fair.
Fucking out.
She doesn't like anything noble.
I mean, she doesn't dislike corsets.
It,
She just dislikes ladies' corsets.
fair.
The whalebone shit's what she doesn't like. Anyway. So, Salcom and Rainier, and just those two, in one carriage, and then Esvile and Brayton in a different carriage, going to the same place as Rockham and Connie and Pierce in the third carriage.
Yes.
Yes, I think.
Okay, who are we staying with?
Coin flip.
All right,
Yeah, roll a 1d3.
Roll a 3-sided coin.
yeah. So, 1 is Rainier, 2 is Esvile, and 3 is Pierce. Survey says Rainier and Salcom.
Oh man.
Okay,
Alright.
so we crossfade on the brunch scene, and we see the two of you sitting opposite each other in a carriage. And just for the sake of comedy, what do you, Salcom Zumar, think we would fade in on of the conversation that you two are having? Like, what is what does Guy Gamzee think the two of you would be discussing?
I have a suggestion if you can't think of anything.
I know what it is. I just want to see what Salcom thinks it is.
My mind would immediately go to. So why do you think Esvile said no? I shouldn't wear a shirt.
Okay, so you think that's the conversation they're having?
Oh boy.
I think it'd be funny.
Okay, so what I think would be funny is shockingly similar to that. So good job. we cut to the interior of the carriage. Rainier and Salcom are sitting opposite each other, and Rainier, like when we get audio on the scene, Rainier just goes, "And why would someone like the Black Viper work with her?"
Good pay.
I can pay. I am equally as rich as the Rosnar family, even without my father's money.
But are you as tolerant?
Of someone with her skill set? Certainly.
But her habits?
I don't know what you mean. And he, like, turns a little red. I've had female employees before.
But any quite like her?
He turns a little bit redder. I just don't understand why someone like that... The Rosnar family is terrible. You don't know their history, but I'm shocked that someone of that level of aptitude, rubs the back of his neck, would be working for them.
Well, there's obviously more to it than you've seen.
What have you seen?
I've seen Braden and Esvile get lovey-dovey, that's about it. Well, not... I've seen them get flirtatious.
That's
And
another
that's
thing.
more-
Does he
that-
know about the Rosnars? Do
Hey,
you?
so I heard there were slavers?
Traffickers.
Right. What does that mean?
So imagine you're having a drink at a bar. And the next thing you'll know, you're bound hand and foot and thrown in the back of a carriage, put on a boat to Chult, and thrown into a mine.
Wow.
Yeah.
Dicks.
A bit. They're not the Castellanters, but they're up there.
Oh, what's
Down.
that? What's their shtick?
What, the Castellanters?
Yeah. I've never heard of them.
Cult of Asmodeus?
What?
Right. So, hell, we cut to the outside of the carriage for a second as it's peeling through to the city of Waterdeep. How fast is it going?
Well, unless he paid, all I have are platinum.
When are you going to fucking make change?
You would have to change to do that.
I'd have to find a bank, and I don't know where there's a bank. And
His name is Durnan.
I'm afraid to ask. So good.
Holy shit. Okay, so this carriage is careening through Waterdeep. Hoy vey. And we cut back in. Imagine that Rainer has explained all about Asmodeus and the Princes of Hell and all that stuff. And he says, so it's kind of like a church, but with more blood rituals.
That's...
Apparently the
what?
Growlhounds were involved.
Why is everyone that's, like, up there in the richer class a bunch of dicks?
Boredom, mostly, if you'll want to be frank. Most of my peers, he rolls his eyes, have most of their necessities taken care of. That leads one to wonder, and why they don't pursue art is beyond me, but apparently they would rather, you know...
Art even isn't even the only thing. Like, there's a dock over there. There's shipwrecks. They could probably explore. They could snorkel. A snorkel's a thing. Snorkels are probably a thing.
Yeah, probably.
If
I
they weren't
agree
a
with
thing,
you, but
House
thing-
of Fire inspired hands will make it a thing.
the thing is that, well, rich people, nobles, more accurately, tend to be, how do I put this? That's just the two of us. Pansy-ass bastards.
Hmm.
Weak-willed sons of bitches. And so the first person who gives them an idea to alleviate their boredom, they tend to jump on it. The problem is, the first idea is from someone equally as crazy, and they say something to the effect of, "Hey, did you know that if you stab your butler through the heart, you can live forever and continue to amass wealth?" He rolls his eyes.
So you're saying, if
That every single noble family of Waterdeep has committed murder at some point? Yes. That's what I'm saying.
But you're also saying, if I find a bored old rich person, I might be able to convince them to invest in the KnightLites in trade of stories of our heroism and how their investment made it possible.
That depends.
Give them a vicarious sense of heroism.
That depends. How do you feel about whining and dining a very old woman?
What is that? Like taking them to dinner?
And wherever they want to go afterwards? I'm talking
people-
old, Salcom, like old, like old, like gray hair if they have hair at all, like crow's feet that have crow's feet.
Oh, like Miss Greywater. Yeah, those are great. They're great people.
Want to take one to bed?
No.
Then I don't recommend following that tactic.
I think he's slowly doing that thing where his head is like rearing back.
If you want something a bit younger, you could always go for men. I'm just saying.
Waterdeep is a weird world.
It's not Waterdeep, friend. It's nobility, the world over, human nature, and all that. How do you think Floon makes his money? That's actually canon, by the way.
I am well aware, and it is still one of the funniest fucking things to me about this entire system. And I don't know why.
Because it's ridiculous, that's why.
You're telling me,
And it's unexpected.
you're telling us our good friend Floon lays rich people for money?
Mostly old widows, but yes.
I can't help but both respect his...
Dedication. The word you're looking for is dedication, Sockham.
Yes, I can't help but respect his dedication, but at the same time... Really? Really, Floon?
Rainier holds up a finger. Most of that is because he looks like me. That is also canon, by the way.
I think he makes his face like, I don't like the implication.
So I think Rainier says, how do you think I feel?
You know what? That's fair. I ever tell you I once got hit on by a guard?
Just once? Walking around shirtless, oiled up, usually covered in viscera? You only get hit on once? I'm surprised.
It's only been once that I've heard it.
I wager, Sockham, that if we went to an amateur bookshop in the trade ward, there would be a section devoted to your image.
I would like to argue, but I'm terrified of the idea you would attempt to prove me wrong.
Let's see, shall we? He holds up one hand and starts taking off on his fingers. Country farm boy with a heart of gold. Exotic but still mostly human. Huge, well-muscled, with a supreme distaste for clothes. Strong in battle but gentle at heart. Funny but also a bit dim on occasion.
You're a bestseller, mate. Guaranteed.
He's got this look like, I don't like this line of conversation.
Technically, you brought it up.
And he knows it.
That's the look of I fucked up.
Yeah. God, the way you're talking, you're acting as if someone with my image could lay fucking laurel.
She's... what? 54 winters this year? Yeah, probably. Might have to share with Mert.
That's not surprising in the slightest.
I mean, you could ask.
You know, I'm not surprised, and
Like,
I'm not
nothing would happen if you asked, I assume, if it's something under pursuit. It's a good way to get prestige in the city, that's for sure.
I'm good.
Alright.
In other news, am I not gonna get another? Do you have a plan for us to avoid the booze of the line?
The what?
The line. They're always angry at me whenever I go to meet up with Mert.
Oh, that. I'm a never-ember.
Won't they boo at you harder?
Yes, precisely.
Fair enough.
Sticks and stones. Stockham. Sticks and stones.
Okay, but what happens when they actually start throwing stones?
That's what I'm referring to.
Oh God.
What? I can take it. I've endured worse. I've been to prison.
You've been to prison?
Repeatedly.
Just keep learning more and more interesting things about you, Rainier.
So there's a word for people like me. You've probably heard it used in passing as a word to use to insult me, but it's true. Pirate?
Like
ne'er-do-well, rapscallion, high-sailing, pirate, yes. It's a good way to avoid my father.
Fair enough.
Speaking of which, never been to Neverwinter. I mean, I have when I was, put the hand down on the bottom of the carriage, but I mean, not recently. Not since I was old enough to tell the old man to stuff it, and where he could stuff it, and with whom.
Neverwinter.
apparently High King Battlehammer was the wrong thing to say.
Who is that, and why do they have the coolest name I've ever heard?
Bruno Battlehammer is one of my father's friends. He's a dwarf. It's the High King of the Dwarves, last I heard, actually.
That's really cool.
And that's also canon, by the way. Bruno is well known to Daggle. They were friends.
That's cool.
You'll have to go sometime and tell me how it is, and also do me a favor and piss on my father's stoop. Better yet, kill him.
I don't think I can justify that one.
Why not? He's a bastard.
What?
I mean, I'll pay you.
I mean, you may want to pay Brayden for that one. Father.
You think you'd do it?
I think Gamzee had to get up a second.
Okay.
No, like, Father came walking by.
No worries. You think you'd do it?
Maybe? You'd have to give him some pretty good justification.
The justification is he's a bastard. Like a right bastard. Like the biggest bastard on the Sword Coast.
Let's be fair, between you and me right now. That's good enough for Viper. That's not enough for my brother. I think.
What do you want me to say? He enslaved the dragon and locked it up beneath Waterdeep? Because apparently that's true.
I mean, you may want to actually give examples of his crimes, you know?
Let's see. Extorting gold from the people of Waterdeep, reducing the quality of life in the city substantially, breaking up most of the guilds that would oppose him, levying taxes on the poorest individuals of the city until they had to flee the city and probably got eaten out in the wilds, directly responsible for the formation of the Xanathar's Guild. Shall I continue?
Yeah, no, wow. Yeah, you've got good justification. I bet Brayden would probably consider it.
The question is, could he do it?
You know, if he's got the Viper with him, I'd bet he could.
I might have to talk to him about that. As the carriage pulls to a stop in front of the castle, the door opens, and your sighs. Honestly, I never thought I would see the day where I'm going to Castle Waterdeep, not in disguise. If they shoot me, get back in the carriage and tell it to go somewhere else. As my witness, I leave all of my earthly holdings to you. Don't smile, it's not a lot right now.
I wasn't going to smile, that's actually quite sad.
Yes, well, once we find this vault and oust my father and blah 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 blah, should be fine. The point is, if I stick my head out of this carriage, I might get shot.
Want me to go first?
No, because then you'll get shot. And he does that thing where he like grabs the front of the carriage and leans out and just like hesitates for a minute, and no like quarrel comes. And then he slowly climbs out. And immediately there's that ripple through the people standing outside the castle that's like, you know, who is that? Who's pulling up the limousine, right? And then they realize that it's Rainier, and it's just boos and hisses.
Oh god. Sockham gets out following.
Yeah, Rainier is doing that "Are you not entertained" pose when you step out. And you can see he's already got like marks on his face.
Make sure you try to dodge some of those, okay? I don't want to have to pretty you up before we walk in.
Yes, we'll see if I do that. And he like flinches to the side. Can you make a dexterity saving throw for me, please? Perfect. He flinches to the side, and you get hit with like a still warm cruller.
Wait, a still warm what?
Pastry. Half-eaten pastry to the face.
It's kind of like a croissant.
Does it stick?
Yes. And he goes, if I do that, dodge, splat. And he goes, that happens.
I mean, doesn't seem like too bad of a deal.
Well, what if it was a knife?
If it's a knife, that will make me less happy, but I think I can take it better than you can.
Or we could go inside.
Well, yes, that is the objective.
Let's go.
So, who invented the spell Conjure Tomato, and who keeps casting it?
Right? So you guys like start walking towards the gate amidst more boos and hisses, and some things that I will not repeat on a Twitch stream are thrown at Rainier. Let's say.
Wow.
Yeah. Imagine like, how do I put this? How do I put this delicately? Imagine a French prisoner walking to the guillotine in the middle of Paris.
Oof.
As it has been so beautifully put previously, beat boop and other slams.
Yes. So I am gonna need you to make another dexterity saving throw. This time it's hot tea. So. Okay. So you both dodge it, but like as you're walking, and Rainier's just like taking it. Right, and like firing back, I should say. Like Rainier is like, they say something, and Rainier's like, "And your mother." Like, like he's given as good as he can, as you know, given the situation.
It's not what she said at the salon last night.
Yeah, exactly. But one of the nobles does wing like a travel cup of like hot liquid, and you both like sidestep in opposite directions. And Rainier's like, "Now that was just uncalled for."
That's not how you spill the tea, madam.
Yeah, right. But yeah, you get up to the gate, and the guard at the gate is looking at Rainier like, "Why the fuck did Sasquatch just walk up to me? What the hell?" It's like Robin Williams back from the grave suddenly apparated in front of this guy. It's like, what?
I thought you were dead.
It's not only I thought you were it's not only I thought you were dead, it's like literally Napoleon Bonaparte in front of Windsor Castle.
Oh jeez.
It's like, I thought you were dead, also you're an enemy of the crown, what the fuck are you doing here? Like, and I think he's torn between my Lord Neverember and alright, put your hands out, you're under arrest. And he just
Lord Neverember, you're under arrest.
Yeah, and he just does the firefly face a few times. And then Rainier just like puts his hands up. He's like, yes, it is actually me. We're here to see Lord Silverhand and Lord Mert. And the guard is like, literally, you what?
I mean,
Beg fucking pardon.
If it helps, I'm here.
Oh, you with him?
Kind of.
You're both under arrest if you are.
Sokum Zumar of the KnightLites. Nice to meet you.
I know you are. If you're with him, you're under arrest.
There's
He's
a
not
lot
with me,
more
it's fine.
Yeah, no, I just need to talk to Mert.
So the dude's like pulling out manacles as another guard like starts heading inside. And he pulls up the manacles and then the nobles start cheering. And Rainier does that like very like Han Solo, like puts his arms out with limp wrists and like sighs, right?
Just I knew it was coming, but goddamn it, this
yeah,
still
pretty much. And as an aside to you, Sonkum, he says, "Do me a favor and get me out of here. They're going to walk me straight to the gallows."
Right. I have a terrible plan. And it always goes wonderfully when I do.
Uh-huh.
Technically, I'm not here with him. He's here with me.
The guard is still clipping the irons on. He's like, sure.
Of course, yes, do that. Thank you. But he's gonna have to come with me to talk to Mert. It was part of a job Mert gave me to bring him here.
Oh, make a deception check.
That's pretty clever.
That is pretty clever. I'm gonna give you advantage.
Bravo.
Sorry.
Two things. Number one, fuck your bard levels. Once again, fuck your bard levels.
This was your fault, ultimately, Fox.
Oh,
Just saying.
I have failed 2 charisma checks in this entire campaign.
In 43 episodes, you
I
have
take
failed.
it he
and-
rolled well.
Yeah, no, he rolled well. He rolled a nat 20 again. By the way, for those of you keeping score, Salcom has rolled a nat 20 on a bard-based charisma check more than anyone else has rolled a nat 20 on anything in the entire game.
I was gonna say you're doing better than me with stealth, and I've got a fucking enchant.
Good lord, man.
Like
The
that
worst
is
part,
that
I
is
didn't
your
even-
like 10th charisma-based nat 20.
Mhm.
Fuck.
I'm
How
sorry
did
about
you
that.
get Melison's die, and where can I get one?
I'm sorry about that clap, by the way. I got way too excited all of a sudden.
No, it's good. It's fine. It didn't kill everything, thankfully. So we're good. So yeah, so it claps him in irons, and he stops, and he looks at you, and he looks at Rainier, and Rainier, to his credit, this is why you have advantage. He goes, "I know, right? Captured by this lug." And the dude sighs, and he just holds the chains out to you.
A yoink.
Right, Lord Mert's going to want to hear about this, I'm sure. You know the way to the throne room?
Yes, sir.
And he pulls his halberd aside. Off you go.
Lead to me.
Yeah, right. And Rainier,
Masterclass in bullshit artistry.
fucking guest voice actor Gene Wilder for this. Rainier gets pulled in and he goes, "No, stop! I want to live." Like,
Oh. I gotta ask, is there any change in reaction from the crowd?
no! Oh, yes, they're probably cheering you.
Oh god.
I just want you to know I just about choked on my leftover sandwich.
Oh fuck. So you lead him over. I don't know if it's called a courtyard or not. We discussed this before. How I envisioned the Waterdeep castle has that big open, like stone flat ground way that Windsor Castle has. It's got the fence and it's got that big open stone path. It's like there's no way you're sneaking up to the castle, right?
I think
Right.
it's just the Bailey.
Yeah.
It's just a Bailey? Okay. The point is, I imagine Castle Waterdeep has something similar. So you have this big, flat yard with nothing in it except guards that you're leading him across. And now, yeah, the guards, like, every single time, they're like, "Is that Rainier?" Like, you don't hear them, but you see them every single time. They go, "Is that Rainier Neverember?" And then immediately pull out their crossbows. Like,
Hold up the chain.
yeah, but they're still gonna, like, yeah, they give you the up nod. They're like, "Yep, we got you," and then they're just like, "We're gonna cover him." And then yeah, so you're walking through Castle Waterdeep, and then once you're in the castle, right, like the servants and the nobles and the like political officials that work here, right, are like, "Oh shit, dog, the bounty hunter just rolled in. What's up, Jango Fett?" Like, you get like the guards salute you, the servants get the fuck out of your way, like, and yeah, you get to the throne room without incident, and you find the doors closed. There's a bunch of people outside, but the doors are closed. Like, Laurel is not currently seeing individuals. And Rainier sighs, and quietly to you, he says, "If you don't throw open both of those doors, I'm going to trip you."
Okay. I think he goes with it.
Okay, so I need to like switch scenes and show you all of the people in the following scene because they all have art and it's all amazing.
Oh goodness.
So
Okay.
Oh,
I feel fear in my heart.
a little bit. So we've got the boy, we've got Rainier, right?
The boy.
The boy. Of course, in the throne room is the mighty Lord of Waterdeep.
The open hog.
The open hog, yes. There is, of course, Lord Laurel Silverhand. Right?
Mm-hmm.
There is also...
I'm just waiting for Jaraxel to show up.
Who? Jarlaxle?
Jarlaxle.
But funnily enough, that was who I was trying to remember. Thank you.
Well, hey.
Yeah, there is Jarlaxle Baneray. And there is Miss Thang herself, Vajra Safar.
Well then.
So you throw open these doors, and you're greeted by these 4 individuals and a couple of others, like standing around a table with a map of Waterdeep on it, and they all look up when you come in.
if I may, I think Sokkum was only expecting Mert and Laurel,
Right.
so he like kicked the door open and did like the Cusco pose.
Uh-huh.
Oh no.
Oh no.
And then he's just like, wait, I don't recognize you. Pointing at Jarlaxle.
Wait, who are you?
Yeah, and Rainier like leans over to you, and like in a tone you haven't heard him take before, he says, "Get in front of me." And you look, and what you didn't see at first is when you threw open the doors, the audience sees this, but I don't think Salcom has a frame of reference. You see about 5 like dark elves dressed like Neverwinter Nights thieves, or like nightingales from Skyrim, with rifles just aimed at you.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, wait, what are those?
Do you get in front of Rainier?
I mean, he probably does. Like, no, this is mine.
And yeah, Jarlaxle like turns from the table, rests his hand on his rapier, and he says, "And who precisely are you? Storming into the halls of Waterdeep Council. That's treason, you know."
Hi.
For fuck's sake, Sokkum, take inspiration.
2 weeks off, and we're just rolling with it.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
You cannot say I don't put on a good show.
I cannot say you don't play your character
no.
correctly, that's for sure.
Hi. I'm Sokkum. You are? Defaulting to manners because
Yeah,
that's
right,
the
exactly.
only thing he thinks
I'm
can see
switching
him
music
through
real
this.
quick, hang on. And not that one. This
Sokkum
one.
is an excellent example of refuge in audacity.
Yes. And Jarlaxle says, "Judge, jury, and executioner for Waterdeep and her..." And Mert, like, puts his hand on Jarlaxle's shoulder and says, Now, he's one of mine. He's a harper, come to report. Aren't you, Sokkum?"
Yes, sir. I brought the boy, as you asked.
Make a persuasion check. I'm gonna see if Mert goes with it. Okay. Okay. So Mert nods. He says, well done, as always, yes. Though, Sokkum, perhaps I was not clear the first time. I said take him to my office, not the throne room. We're in the middle of, well, I suppose the jig is up now. We're discussing, the Manchun situation.
The... what?
And Laurel's looking at Mert like, are you sure you want to do this? She doesn't say anything, because of course she doesn't. She's the fucking Lord of Waterdeep. And Mert nods. He says, yes, you came in on a most fortuitous time. We've just received word from Archmage Safar that a wanted war criminal by the name of Manchun has entered the city with some of his ilk. We were just discussing what to do about it.
What about that?
You'll forgive me.
Make an insight check. Okay. That is obviously not what they were discussing. He is giving you an out so that you don't get arrested for treason and shot.
Ah. My apologies.
He
Lord Matt.
knows that you've already dealt with Manchun. Vajra's standing right there.
Is that enough that I know what he's trying to get me to grab onto to get out?
No. But this is not the time to be like, about that, we took care of him, like that.
You'll
He's
forgive me,
saying
Lord
something that he's saying something that he knows you know is bullshit.
I see. Terribly sorry to interrupt. Shall I wait in your office then, sir?
Mert nods curtly. He says, just down the hall, 5th door, on the right-hand turn.
Yes, sir.
It's got my name on the front of it.
Turn and walk.
Yeah, so you walk out, close the doors behind you, and when you get in the hall, Rainier, like, just deflates. Like, he goes down on one knee for a minute. Like, there's nobles there, he doesn't give a shit.
I'm gonna need a minute to
sighs, fixes his hair with his bound hands, and he looks up at you, and the look on his face is... Like, Rainier is usually, like, inflappable. Rainier's like the dude who somebody draws a knife on him and he laughs, right? He's the dude from the Road to El Dorado, the blonde guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
But right now, he's shook. And he's like, I didn't know Lord Bainray was in the city.
That... The man that was wearing far too much gold?
Yes, that would be him. This way. And he starts leading you towards Mert's office.
So what were those things being pointed at us?
Death.
Okay, that doesn't help because they looked really cool.
I believe that. Death. I don't know what they are. I don't know how they work. I just know they call a thunderstorm and then you die.
I want one.
Good luck. To get one of those, you have to have substantially darker skin and pointier ears. Also, do you know how most of the lords have titles?
Yeah.
And he leads you to Mert's office. He says, Lord Bainray is the shadow of Waterdeep.
The masked lord amongst masked lords.
There's nothing masked about Lord Bainray.
Just stays hidden?
Those who see him usually die within a 10-day. I wasn't aware he was in the city.
And you both just saw him.
Did Braden tell us that he met...
That is a good question.
He did.
Well, then I'm gonna have to keep a better eye on Braden.
Why?
Well,
Rainer goes to open the door, realizes that his hands are still chained, and he'll just like gestures, like, "You mind?"
Yeah, he gets the door.
Yeah,
Because
and
they've met.
it's the same sitting room that you were in with Mert last time.
Mm-hmm.
Rainer like plops down on a couch, and like he plops down on a couch and then like inverts one of his legs and starts like digging around on the sole of his boot.
You know, I could probably just break those, right?
Yes, and then you will be arrested for helping me escape. He pulls out a clothespin and starts trying to like pick the lock.
Fair enough. But yeah, I'm gonna have to keep a better eye on Braden because, well, they've met.
Who've met?
That guy and Braden.
Lord Bainray?
Yeah.
What do you want with Braden?
Mm-hmm.
No, Salcom, this is not the time for click. What did he want with Braden? Throws the manacles on the table.
Did Braden tell us what their conversation was about?
Yeah, it was about what we planned to do, the KnightLites with the Vault of Dragons.
It was Well, he just wanted to know what we planned on doing with the contents of the vault.
What did you tell him?
We're giving it to
I think Braden said exactly what we're doing. We're going to return it to the people.
Are you actually?
Well, yeah.
That's something at least. Listen, you're not from around these parts. Did you have, I don't know, religion where you came from?
Did we?
I don't know, did you?
I mean, we
Probably not.
had Maw's animism, but that probably wasn't super duper prevalent.
I can't think of anything else unless I'm missing something.
I mean, other than the teachings of the giant stuff.
Yeah.
Let me
I guess.
put it a different way. Someone gets old, or sick, or takes a fall, and their heart stops beating, they stop breathing. You're familiar with this concept.
Yes.
Did you have an entity that would personify that state?
I don't know about an entity, but as of currently, we have Valorhome.
No, that, as I understand what Valorhome is, that's more where the departed go. This is more the act of departing.
I can't think of anything, so I suppose not.
If anything, that would be more return to the earth and.
Do you know
spread
what?
light.
You know the word death, I assume.
Well, yes.
Jarlail Bainray is death.
Are we talking incarnate, or he's just so good at it people equivalate him to it?
You'll have to ask him yourself, frankly. Let's go with both.
I see.
The door opens, and Mert sidles in, closes the door behind him. Good, you're already out of the damn manacles. What are the two of you doing here, and why are you interrupting a meeting? He could have shot you. Sorghum, you, I understand, my boy, but Rainier, you know better.
In my defense, he told me to kick open the door.
Of course he did. What do you want, boys?
Lord Mert, you have an extensive network of resources. We need access to it.
What, you
We
need
need-
gold?
No,
Rainier, how much did you gamble this time?
Lord Mert, we need a beholder's eye stock.
What vintage is that?
It's not a wine. I mean it literally.
We need a... Flumps down in the couch opposite Rainier. Start from the beginning. What?
To put it bluntly, we found the vault.
He holds up a hand. Before you say another word, are you a harper?
So long as that fact serves the people of Waterdeep, yes.
Because I had a conversation with Archmage Safar that said you were joining 4th grade.
I considered it, and she popped. She hadn't slept in a couple days, so I had no way of stopping that.
To put it a different way, I am happy to hear you to get me out of that meeting. It's the least I can do if you are a harper. If you are false gray, I am going to throw you through this window.
Then let's say I'm a harper.
Sit.
Yes, sir.
Rainier scoots you over. You plop down. Now, he claps his hands twice, and yeah, just like a tray of wine like floats in and sets on the table.
That's
From the
still a really
beginning,
good
and
trick.
please take your time. I do not want to hear another word about budget reports. You found something? What did you find?
Well, starting from the beginning is difficult.
My father is a bastard.
Yes, we know that, Rainier. He embezzled a great deal of money from the people. Yes, I know. The KnightLites found his stash. Mert looks at you like, the fuck?
We got our hands on a means to discover the location of the vault, and we currently have it, as well as we
Mert
know.
holds his hand up. Is Daggled Neverember currently tied up in your cellar?
No.
Damn.
If it makes you feel better, we're in talks of changing that. But that's not the subject of right now.
Go on.
We know where it is. We know how to open it. We have 2 of the 3 pieces required, but the third is, as I've just requested, a beholder's eye stalk.
You mean literally a beholder's eye stalk. And it, like, puts a finger on his head and wiggles it around.
Yes,
This
sir.
thing?
Yes.
Picks up the wine glass, sniffs it, squints at you. If this is a joke, it's hilarious.
Lord Mert, if I were making a joke, I wouldn't be sitting and looking at you with the same way my father looked at me when he told me that my grandfather was going. That my grandfather was going to die, sir.
Takes a sip of wine. I'm sorry about your grandfather. Unless he was a bastard, in which case, congratulations.
Oh no, he's a fantastic man.
Was, apparently. My condolences.
Yes.
Drains his wine glass, picks up your wine glass, takes a sip from it.
Doesn't really care.
As said, we have 2 of the 3 pieces. And even
You
the location.
understand that what you're asking me is ridiculous.
I do.
Like,
I
it's
figure
completely ridiculous.
there was only 2 people in Waterdeep I could have seen being able to accomplish
What color
this.
do you want?
I think it looks at Rainier like, you think it matters?
Rainier's looking at you like, I was not expecting him to say that.
Sockham, not fully surprised.
I don't really think color matters.
Does it have to be fresh?
I wasn't told specifics, so I'll say the fresher the better.
Does it have to be a beholder?
The instructions I got were a beholder's eye stalk, so I presume so.
He sighs. Alright, my boy, alright, I'll help you. But you're not to breathe a word of this to anyone.
Yes, sir.
Sits the wine glass down. Rainier, you know the first trust of Waterdeep in the Trade Ward? Rainier nods. Go to the clerk. The Hobgoblin clerk. And tell him that Mert wants to know the price of peanuts. He will take you to a series of safe deposit boxes. In safe deposit box 596, you will find what you need. Don't touch anything else.
Yes, sir.
Oh, and I want to be there when you open the vault.
I told ya!
We figured you would say that. I am terribly sorry to say this, Lord Mert. You can join, but you'll have to, excuse the presence of others who have made the same deal.
But are you taking Vajra?
Don't know yet, actually.
Whom? Xanathar?
Hopefully not. To my current knowledge, the only one that has requested that specifically was one Vincent Trench.
Merton narrows his eyes again. A private investigator?
Correct.
Why?
He's been a good friend and an invaluable
No, I
asset
mean, why
in
would
the
he ask
search.
something like that? That seems rather random. I thought you were
Well-
going to say Durnan.
He's a private investigator. He's a man of the people. Of course he'd want to see this.
Lean forward.
This is
Interesting again.
Oh, sorry. He's a private investigator, a man of the people. Of course, he'd want to see this. This is a great victory for the people of Waterdeep.
Make a deception check.
How is that deception?
Because that's not the whole truth.
It's not?
No.
Whoa.
Alright.
If Sock doesn't realize that's the whole truth, wouldn't it be persuasion?
Of all the times for Discord to die.
Arguably? He squints. Alright, who else is on the guest list?
Well, we'll also be inviting someone named Rashal Page Turner.
You were right the first time. His name is the Page Turner.
Oh, okay. Rashal the Page Turner.
The Dragonborn in Trollskull Alley.
Yes, he's been chronicling the story of the KnightLites, and, well, he's done so much for us, it only feels fair.
So you got the next edition of Tusk Love in yet?
I don't know. I can ask him the next time I see him.
I'll ask him myself.
Okay, then.
Lord Mert. Mert snaps his attention to Rainier. You have a great deal of responsibilities here around the castle, not the least of which keeping our esteemed Lord of Waterdeep said, "You're not going in my place, Rainier." I'd never dream of it, Lord Mert. I simply think that you may want to send a proxy in your stead, perhaps multiple individuals in case a fight were to break out. A fight with whom? Any number of miscreants. The Harpers have their hands full with the Zentarum, to say the least. You'll make a decent point, Rainier. No, I think I should be that. It's the type of thing that legends are made of, and I shan't be sharing that glory. But what if something were to happen with Lord Silverhand in your absence, especially with Lord Bainray in the city? Oh, that bastard Jarlaxle is here. I need to drum up a proxy on short notice, but most of my Harpers are tied up with the aforementioned Zentarum issues, to say nothing of Fayday. There's been reports of portals opening around the city, and I could go. Mert stops. What did I just say, Rainier? Think about it, Mert. It's Lord Mert. It's the pragmatic choice. I don't have a current assignment. I can move about the city easily. I've been doing it for years. Years, you say? Yes. And I want the money brought back into the hands of the people anyway. And Lord Bainray will think that I am in the cells. It's the perfect cover. I don't know, Rainier. I don't know that you have the best interest of Waterdeep at heart. What do you think, Sockham?
So far, Rainier has done nothing but support.
Rainier elbows you in the ribs.
He's done nothing but support the KnightLites in our objective to return the money to the people of Waterdeep, and even went so far as scolding us when we played the idea of keeping a small portion, which he successfully convinced us otherwise.
Fair warning, if you loot that vault for yourselves, I will send Lord Bainray after you.
We no longer plan on it in the slightest.
The question, Sorkum, is not to Rainier's character. It is, does Rainier serve in the capacity of field commander of the Harpers enough to warrant his being there at the opening of the vault with a contingent of Harpers to keep you safe? Rainier elbows you in the ribs again.
I understood half of that sentence enough, and that's enough for me to say I think so.
Make a persuasion check.
Boink.
Okay. I set the DC at 14, so... So Mert nods, and he says, "Alright, fine. Very well, but I expect a full report when there's a knock at the door." He stops, gets up, trundles his ponderous bulk over to the door, opens it. "What? Oh! Lord Bainray!" And he steps out and closes the door again, and Rainier just, exhales, He was going to kill me, Sockham. He was going to kill me. Remind me again why I came here with you?
Because I wanted a witness to my death. And apparently, I was about to become the witness to yours. So you're welcome.
Thank you. We should probably leave.
I will wait until we're signaled, because they're probably still outside that door.
You know what? That's fair enough. He reaches for one of the glasses of wine and takes a drink. Immediately spits it back into the cup. Damn it, Mert!
What's wrong with it?
Sets it down.
Good vintage.
It's sparkling grape juice.
What's wrong with grape juice?
It's not alcoholic.
So? Still,
Oh shit.
Then you drink it.
he drank my glass already.
Rangers looks around. I'm going to do something very stupid. Cover me. Before you say what, he's vaulted the table on the other couch and Mert's desk, and he's trying to go through his drawers.
Can you don't Rainier, don't. Not now.
He's got to have some good brandy in his somewhere. Not like I'm looking for state secrets. Although,
Great secrets.
he reaches in, pulls out a sheaf of paper, starts looking through them.
I will bop you.
Yes, you're all the way over there, and there's a window behind me, so... He spent that much on cheese? My god!
Why did you spend so much on?
Oh, look what we have here. Paperwork for the KnightLites by order of the Lord Silverhand. And he stops reading out loud. And it's just like reading something silently.
Well,
Well, what?
what is it?
Nothing?
Rainier, I don't care if there's a window behind you. I will walk over there and make a show of chokeslamming you.
You might have to, because, this is completely ridiculous. Believe
Try
me,
me.
you don't want to see it.
Try me.
Fine, help me find the brandy, and I'll show you.
Hello. No, you just scared me.
Oh. Is that the game?
No.
You're not muted,
the-
Gamzee.
Oh, so you got that doesn't.
Sorry.
No worries.
Tell you what. I know where to get something better than brandy if you're willing to wait.
Better than Lord Moat's brandy.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me what it is first.
Lord Mert's wine.
He looks at the table, wrinkles his nose.
No. The real stuff.
Really expensive stuff.
Fine. Puts most of the papers back in the thing, shuts it, comes back over, and he's about to hand it to you when you hear the door open again.
Stuff it.
Yeah, he just puts it under his shirt. Mert comes back in. So, now that Lord Bainray is out of the picture, he plops back down. What do you know about the vault?
Well, currently, all we really know are its location, its opening mechanism, and its primary defense.
Go on.
Well, as I described, to open it, we need first a cask of dwarven wine,
Easy enough to procure.
ale, which we have obtained. Then we need the scale of a bronze dragon.
You'll want to talk to Glenda Garloth in the docks ward. She's got a device that will allow you to travel beneath the waves, and there's been reports of a bronze dragon in the harbor recently.
Yes, Zelifan, good friend of ours.
So you have the scale.
Yes. And then we simply need the stock, and we can go to its location, wherever that may be. We know the name, we just don't know where it is.
What's the name?
It's a theater by the name of the Pink Flump.
Pink Flump. I'm gonna Mert's the leader of the Harpers. I might as well see if he knows.
Ooh, I bet you.
In the very least, it'd probably be not one of ours.
That's exactly what he says. He scrunches his nose. It's not one of ours. Wait, I don't know where it is, but it's probably that one that's run by the halfling mob.
There's a halfling mob? What?
Halfling mob, sir?
An organized criminal syndicate run mostly halflings, yes.
Hmm. So we'll need to take a croquet hammer with me.
Rude.
Nice.
I don't think they're hostile as of yet. I don't know where they're based in, though. I don't even know if it's the right place. I could look. Might take me a few days.
Lastly, and probably most importantly, the primary defense of the vault.
You're going to say it's a bloody red dragon, aren't you?
It's worse, but you won't believe it's worse until I explain further.
Go on. Tiamat.
A golden dragon, we believe.
Yeah, that's worse. That's a great
We-
deal worse, actually, yes.
He wields the dragon staff. He's like looking at Rainier like,
I don't
"Help me."
fucking remember.
Agarian
Dragon Staff of Agarian, yeah, that's right.
and the Salamandra.
Let's pretend I don't know what either of those things are, Sockham.
I am fairly versed with one of them because I've had at least 3 explanations of it so far.
Alright.
The Salamandra is supposedly an incredibly powerful magic artifact that contains the souls of hundreds of golden dragons and is capable of wielding their fire.
That sounds awful.
And the dragon staff, more so. I've had a much lesser explanation given to me. To my understanding, it, bolsters the strength of dragons.
So I was right, it's basically Tiamat.
Yeah, pretty much. Given what little knowledge I'd have, I'm confident in saying that this is the king of golden dragons we're getting ready to deal with.
Well, when you kill it, I'll be sure to mount its head over the gate.
With all due respect, Lord Mert, we're probably not gonna kill it, we're gonna parlay.
There's a dragon in my city, Sockham. It is imperative that for the safety of the denizens of this city, the Harpers slay the beast.
If it comes down to it, I'll bring you his head. But we're definitely gonna try talking to it first. Because that's a fight I don't like my chances in, so. That's a fight I don't like your chances in.
Remember how I said don't touch anything else, Sockham?
Yes, sir?
Open box 283 as well.
Why does that terrify me?
And that's where you
So-
pull up phylactery.
So, open box 283, and what was the first one again?
594.
And 594.
Take what you have inside, or what you find inside. Wait, you said gold? Yeah, 294 or 283.
Okay. Fax machine noises. You're terrifying, Lord Mert.
You don't get to be the leader of the Harpers by being, well, like Rainier.
Forgive me for the
Speaking of which, Sockham, you're fired. From the play.
Oh, yeah, no, that's fair. I was warned that was probably going to happen. You'll have to forgive me. I really could not move for the past few days.
As I heard from Vajra. Tried to use that on me once. I lost 20 pounds.
Why do I get the feeling he's more upset about the weight loss?
Yes!
I'm surprised both you and Durnan seem well versed with this spell.
We went to school together. What do you expect?
Oh. Next you're going to tell me you were adventuring buddies.
Gods no.
Killed each other a weekend.
Now, Elminster, that was an adventurer.
Oh god, he's still heading home.
I thank you for your hospitality, Lord Merp, but we should be going, I think. Don't we, Sockham?
Yes. We could probably make it over to that place and then get to the Lightbringer Theater quickly.
Doubtless we could. Let's go, Sockham. He's like pushing you towards the door.
Right, yes. And he's gonna open the door and start walking quick.
Yep. And Rainier like closes the door behind you, and as you're walking, he passes you the papers that he took, so you can see them.
He's probably gonna read it while he walks.
Okay. It is a proposal with a suggested budget for a KnightLites themed theme park.
Oh my god!
My god.
So we crossfade over to...
Real quick.
Yeah?
Just as he's passing a guard, Mert dropped this earlier.
That guard is gonna die if you do that. Are you sure you want to do that?
That's fair.
It's Timothy all over again.
It would have been.
Timmy, no!
Timothy? Wait, wrong campaign.
Oh my god. Yeah, no, never mind. It's gonna stuff it.
Just burn the papers later.
Stuff it into his pocket.
Okay. Add Nightlight Land to your plans to your inventory.
I'm going to be giggling about this for the rest of the week.
Thought you might. So we crossfade over to the carriage with Connie and Rockham and Pierce. And what are you guys chatting about when we fade in on your carriage ride?
If there's not an octopus ride where one of the things is a burb, I'm gonna be disappointed. You know, like the bright blue, familiar bird.
Mm-hmm.
Hey.
Right. So our carriage.
Yeah. I think Rockham isn't saying anything at the moment. He just kind of looks unsettled. Like something's kind of just eating at the back of his mind.
Braden's seen that you're pretty much in your own head at the moment. Like,
Braden's in a different carriage.
So never mind that. Fucking.
No worries.
Braden on the side of the carriage. Hey guys.
I mean, you very well could have seen Esvile to a carriage, and then both of you stealth into this carriage after she changed. If you want to do it that way, and there's just a dummy carriage, I'm fine with that.
That is possible.
Up to you.
Is that what you want to do? It's fine.
Does that rely on a roll?
No.
Okay.
The only person you need to fake
Either
out was
way.
Rainier, and he's gone, so...
Either way, Connie's like, something on your mind, Sock?
Well, Sock's not here, so yes.
Sorry. Brock?
I think he kind of looks up and... Yeah, just... Haven't exactly seen Galestorm yet, and it's been a few days.
Who or what is Galestorm?
Big ol' axe.
Big important axe he got from his dad.
Yeah.
Well, where did you lose it? We can make a detour.
It was a bargaining chip, and it was gonna show up at some point, but I wasn't told when.
Pay whom?
That's
And Brain just like coughs into his hand and gestures at his arm.
How many times in the last couple of days have Visvile and Braden argued about the Zentarum?
Probably a lot.
Daily, hourly, maybe.
Well, maybe not hourly.
Full-on arguments or like snide remarks?
I'm talking about, yeah, like, I'm talking about arguing.
Probably quite a few.
Okay. So Visvile just, like, she does that thing that, like, A, teenage girls do, and B, that, you know, like, nobles, like, ladies do, where she's like, I'm mad, but this is the time. She, like, folds her arms and her legs, and just, like, scowls at you under her mask.
Hey, this time it wasn't my fault.
Are we doing this now, Braden?
Looks at the two of them.
3 of them, Pierce is here.
Right, okay, Pierce. Aye. The 3 of them looks like Sliz probably not the time.
Can you at least ask them for your brother's weapon back?
I'm not in contact with any of them. I don't even know what the fuck's going on.
Well then, Brockham, why don't you start from the beginning?
I mean, where to begin with this one? Also, hi, Train.
No Train, I muted on stream.
Oh, gotcha. Well,
Wasn't Isvili there at the...
I think she was.
Last night? Oh, the Troll Skull Manor.
Yeah, but, like, at no point has Rock told the whole story.
Fair.
Yeah, he's
Yeah, he's been kind of cagey about it.
for good reason. There's certain details I can't say, but
Why not?
lives on the line.
There's an agent at the Zentarum right here. It's fine.
Just Braden puts both his thumbs up.
Yeah, alright, well, we had some disagreements, let's call it, and I decided to leave for a couple days. I think you were around during that time. And
Not quite, but I heard about it.
ran into some, not really friends, just people we'd met before, and did some scouting around. I planned on hunting, but then we found a secret base of operations, and Zentarum didn't take kindly to that.
I would assume not. What did you find? Contraband?
No, just a door, and then 2 dead friends. Well, they died later, I split up, but
Connie grimaces.
yeah.
Alright.
It was, trying to find his name in my notes. The half-orc.
Zaraj.
Thank you.
Half-orc, nothing.
No, Zaraj is a half-orc, that's right.
Is he? Alright, I thought it was a full orc.
No, he's a half-orc.
No.
He's just a big boy.
Mm-hmm.
Fair.
I had a altercation. It wasn't really a fight. An altercation with Shiraz the hunter. Proceeded
Lived.
to barely filled me with arrows. That's for sure.
Well,
Also,
that
that
doesn't
dude can
sound very
shoot.
good.
That dude can shoot around trees. That's impressive. I'm gonna try and figure that one out later. And then I woke up, spent a few days with them recovering, and in order to leave, I had to give something up temporarily. More as a keep my mouth shut sort of thing.
So what? You gave them a finger?
Kind of holds out his fingers, all of them are there. I gave them the axe, and they said at some point it would show up at Troll Skull Manor.
Then why are you concerned?
Some point can mean a couple of days, it can mean a couple of weeks, a couple of years, so I'm kind of just keeping an eye out for it.
Right.
What he's failing to mention is that it's a family heirloom.
Yeah, that's the missing piece here.
I mean, frankly, it sounds like he got off easy.
I mean,
In hindsight, I should have just used a finger. wasn't exactly mine to give away.
Like, I mean, considering how it could have happened, I think, like, you're getting the axe back at some point, you're just losing time. What did you uncover?
Just a place with some kids in it that should have not been there.
Just some kids?
He's kind of looking at the others like, he knows he's gonna keep talking unless they shut him up. One second.
Connie's taking Brayden's cue on this one.
Alright. No reason to hide anything from him.
Yeah. They were from the
If you're
My
looking
notes
for
are-
the name, it's Growlhund.
Thank you. I wrote the villa in one of the episodes and a different thing in another one episode notes. All my notes from like 35 below are just a mess. The Growlhund Villa kids, specifically. At least some of them. I don't know how many there were.
You saw 2 kids.
I don't know how many were at Growlhund though, do I?
No.
So the ones I saw, there were 2, but who knows how many there were. But yeah, just keeping an eye out for things. Yeah.
I still say you got off easy.
Probably.
I mean, he probably got off easy because of me.
More than likely.
Yeah. I can confirm
Have,
that.
have you
pretty
had
much.
any difficulties, Brayden? I mean, I've been with you most of the time, but have I missed something?
The answer is no, it's been quiet.
I was gonna say, not particularly. Like, just I keep my own head down, making sure I don't run to either Harper's or. Because I don't know
And
who's
keeping our head down is kind of our thing.
Yeah.
How did everything get to be one big mess?
Yeah.
Waterdeep?
I was about to say, it all started when we came to Waterdeep.
You think this is bad? Wait until you go to Baldur's Gate. Or Neverwinter.
Why? What's
Where-
the Baldur's
why are
Gate
we going there?
Neverwinter?
I don't know. I just thought we might at some point. Adventurers, you know.
Fair.
I mean, given their fucking Lord Neverember knows our name and who we are, probably going to Neverwinter isn't a good idea.
Hang on.
So what we do is we show
Dago
up
knows
at...
your names.
Well, he knows the KnightLites, whether it's our name specifically or not.
What? How? Why?
How is a question I would like to know as well. Why is he apparently sent somebody to deliver this Stone of Galore to us, and that went alright.
Yeah, that's one way to
And
put
then the
that.
fireball happened.
And then the
Yep.
fireball happened.
Did we ever get to the bottom of that? I mean, I know the nimble ride and all of that, but
Excuse me.
did we ever get to the bottom of precisely what was happening with the gnome and the Zentarum and all of that?
The gnome was sent by Never Ember. Aye.
Right. Why?
Apparently to keep the
Did we
stone
ever
safe.
figure that out?
No. It was
Not
apparently
that I'm
to keep
aware
the
of.
stone safe, but past that, not a clue.
We might want to find that out before we open the vault. Just as a consideration.
Not even sure where to start looking for answers on that one.
Neverwinter?
Fair.
I mean, Brayden and I can go.
You see that visible twitch, but he stops himself.
Braden just kind of looks at her like, no.
Come on, no
I
one
think-
knows us there. I can walk around without my mask on.
I think after a moment of, because before his instinct would be, no, we're not splitting up like that. But he stops himself. If you want to go,
Say it,
You
then
can go.
Braden would. It's like, no, I'm splitting that far, but it's a bit risky. Sure, we can handle ourselves, but if we get caught, we're kind of in a pinch.
Then we don't get caught.
That's not a guarantee when I barely know Waterdeep.
it's not a crime to go to the local press office and ask for the news. I was thinking of vacation, like an actual vacation, not like work. You know, just the two of us.
As you said, eventually.
I can't blame a girl for trying.
Just wants a honeymoon in, the Bahamas, that's all.
Aye, when we're done with this mess.
Yeah, I think we could all use a vacation after all this.
A vacation from our vacation.
The work ain't done after this. But yeah, it's just been on my mind is all. So
Sorry, I'm making a note. Vacation for the KnightLites. So the carriage stops in front of Blackstaff Tower and everybody climbs out.
So, who's taking the lead on this?
Gives Pierce a pat in the back. You know how to open this.
I mean, no, it's open. I believe, like, you guys could just walk in. What I meant, because Pierce is here, what I meant was, like, who is going to be handling the like, Miss Villy wants to know who's going to be, like, doing the talking.
if I could go paler, I would.
Go from the color of granite to marble.
Yeah.
I mean, if Pierce
no
was here,
one-
he would. But
Pierce is here, he's just
If
not
no-
here.
If no one chimes in, Connie's gonna speak up, I guess.
So you guys head in. As usual, there is an animal of some description at the front desk. This time, however, it is. Let's see. I'm gonna roll. I'm gonna do a roll.
Ooh,
Let's see.
let's see, a rabbit, a frog, a poodle.
a parrot.
It is a completely white cockatoo.
Oh, well, there you
Hey,
go.
Nice.
And it looks at you, and it does that like bird thing where it opens its beak a little bit and like rubs its tongue against it.
Good
Looks at
morning,
you.
she says to the cockatoo.
Good morning!
I said I was gonna do the talking, and then this happened.
Yep. I mean, do you have speak with animals prepared?
It's a cockatoo. Do we need to speak with animals?
Technically,
Is it smart?
in a sense.
I swear to God, one of us needs to learn Sylvan.
Never. I mean, eventually.
Pierce speaks Sylvan, I think.
But Pierce is also here and not here. so-
Correct. Connie, what you done?
I do not have speak with animals prepared, unfortunately.
Cool.
Anyway,
Does Rockham?
No, I don't have that spell yet.
What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing, Connie?
I think Connie asks. I don't suppose you could tell us where to find unusual reagents.
The bird like cocks its head at you. Can you make a dexterity saving throw for me, please?
Okay. This should go swimmingly.
Yeah, right.
Just out of curiosity, is there a bell on the table?
There is not. No.
Okay.
So you all watch as this cockatoo spreads its wings and just flies right at Connie and tries to perch on her horns.
Oh,
And then it just like leans over with its beak really close to your eye.
Hi.
Hello.
I think she'll like. I think she'll hold up a finger for it to perch on.
It doesn't move.
I think it lives there now.
And it like presses its beak to your forehead and makes a kissy sound.
You are very cute. Tries to pick it up.
It stays. It like keeps its weight on your horn.
I'll take you home with me.
Hello.
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 Makes a kissy sound.
Makes a kissy sound back.
I'm quietly watching for anyone that might be walking by while this is happening.
There are several students walking by and giggling.
Looking for anyone important looking, I suppose.
Nope.
I can't figure out if this is a regular bird or if this is a familiar fucking.
Would you like to make an animal handling check?
The answer is yes.
I'm not sure which would be funnier.
Why not both on JPEG?
Yeah.
This is a bird. Whether or not the bird is also an animal companion or a familiar, you cannot tell. It is not an obviously magical glowing familiar like Lavina is. This is a bird. It has a little, like, collar around one of its feet.
Come on, animal man, do animal things.
Where's your human little bird?
Bird, the cockatoo does the, like, bouncy happy bird thing on your horn, and then leans over and makes kissy noises on your forehead again.
I'm gonna wait for a student to walk nearby and try and get their attention.
Okay, so yeah, like a fucking just like a human in like robes similar to Pierce's.
Yeah, just anyone.
Yeah, like you go over, you like get his attention, and he points at himself like me, and like leaves his friend, comes over, he says, "Yeah."
Is there someone we can ask things about that isn't he sticks a thumb over his shoulder, a bird?
Honey's just completely absorbed in this adorable bird.
Looks at the bird, looks at the desk, looks at the bird.
She's forgotten that it's just bird.
He sighs. I'll go and get someone. Hang on, and he runs off.
Thank you. I'll head back to the group.
Yeah. Meanwhile, the bird is like making kissy noises, and then after a moment, it just says, "I like cherries."
Cherries. I don't have any cherries. Do I have any cherries? She starts checking her bag.
And also like checking rations, see if there's dried cherry or something. I don't know.
Would Goodberry count? It's the question.
Wait, hold on. Does the bird think that Carney's a cherry?
Oh,
Oh no.
I think they're kind of cute.
To be fair, it probably hasn't seen a lot of tieflings.
Fair.
You are now known as Cherry.
I don't have Goodberry prepared, but would it make sense for her to have berries on her person to cast it?
I tell you what, roll a D100, and if you get above 60, I will say you can serendipitously have some cherries in your rations. Yeah, you know some cherries.
Pulls out cherry, offers cherry.
Oh, cherry! Grabs it in its beak, puts it in its paw, kissy noises, bites cherry, kissy noises.
What's your name?
Cherry?
Hi, Cherry.
Pulls the pit out of the cherry and throws it at Rockham, and then laughs.
Slow blink.
That is a rude bird.
Do you say that?
Are you
Yes, like jokingly, yeah.
Yeah, so you say that, and the bird says, "Cherry's a rude bird."
Are you watching the desk, Cherry?
Cherry looks at the desk, looks back at you. Hello. Kiss forehead.
If it helps, I had a student go get someone, so we'll see.
Time passes while playing with the bird.
Okay, yeah, so time passes while playing with the bird, and eventually a golden retriever runs up with like a blue bandana around its neck. And it like runs up to Rockham, and like in every way it's just like happy dog find interesting person, sits down, wags tail, and then it just says, "Hi, have you been waiting long?"
It takes like a half a second. Yeah, not too long.
Bird looks at the cockatoo, who is still making a shit ton of noise. Looks back at you, wags tail. Did you need something from the I almost said Magisterium, wrong game. Did you need something from Blackstaff Tower today?
Sorry, that got me.
Sorry, from where?
I'm sorry, I didn't catch it either.
Did you need something from Blackstaff Tower today?
Well,
Yeah, we're in need of a reagent, and it's pretty unusual, so we figured we're better to look for it than the magical experts.
The dog, like, perks its ears up. A rare reagent, you say? Do you know what it might be? Cherries!
That got both me and Drunkum.
We need a beholder's eye stalk.
The golden retriever like stops wagging its tail, its ears pull back. Sorry, can you repeat that? Cherries.
Beholder's eyes. Cherries.
God damn it.
A beholder's eye stalk.
I love this bird.
I've been watching a lot of cockatoo videos on YouTube. Can you tell?
Also, whose bird is it? It's adorable.
The dog like sniffs. It's not one of ours.
so this is just a random bird this year. Great.
A student lost their bird, is what I'm hearing.
I'm afraid I'm not really at liberty to hand out magical reagents, but I can try and go and get someone if you like. I should have been manning the desk, but well, a first year had a panic attack, and well, look at me.
Dear, is everyone okay?
Fine now.
Take your time.
I can go and get someone if you like. And someone to retrieve the bird.
Sure.
Cherry!
I quite like this bird. Don't rush on that one.
And that was the day the KnightLites adopted another animal.
And yeah, the dog just like turns and trots off because, awakened Labrador.
We now own a dog, a bird, and a viper.
Yeah,
I
right.
think once the dog is a few paces away, turns to the others. I don't know if I really want to teach Carol to talk or not. I'm very confused on that now.
Can't Carol already talk?
Kinda.
Kind of. The cockatoo who you have been referring to as Cherry is now trying to like groom Connie's hair.
Jaw.
Hey!
I demand we keep this bird.
That's assuming that it's available for adoption.
So you're like, hey, quit! And it like grabs a chunk of your hair and pulls, and then laughs.
Ow!
Seems
Cherry's a naughty bird.
No more cherries. What?
Cherry's a naughty bird.
Well, no cherries.
Cherry's not gonna get any more cherries if she keeps that up.
Leans over, beak to forehead, kissy noise.
Aw, pets.
I think the viper is staying well away from the bird. I think Caro is also staying well away from the bird.
Yeah.
So the bird like flies over to the desk and just starts like clicking its beak on the desk.
That's fair.
Like
Is
tap,
there-
tap, tap,
Is there any
laugh sound, tap, 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 laugh sound, etc.
is there like a cuff on the ankle or anything?
Yeah, there's I mentioned that previously. There's a little like collar around one of its feet.
What's it say?
It it says sorry. I'm sorry. Oh, excuse me. It says, "Hi, my name is Trouble." And then on the underside it says, "If lost, return to," and then it gives a name that I don't have.
Okay.
Right.
Oh, your name is Trouble.
Trouble.
And you say Trouble, and it like stops and like extends its crest, and then it looks at the wolf and says, "What is it, boy?"
Oh boy.
Caro growls at it.
Damn it, Kit.
I just walk over and put a hand on Carol's head.
No, no. I thought your name is Trouble.
Leans over,
Hello, Cherry.
like pecks at one of your horns.
Offers Cherry.
Ooh, Cherry.
Chomp. Pulls the pit out, throws it at Rockham, laughs.
Can I want to catch it this time.
Make a dexterity saving throw.
Been waiting for this.
It's
When-
sad.
when
It's
did,
sad
Rock-
when you wait for another
You're damn right it is.
for a bird to throw a cherry pit at you, just so you can catch it.
Okay,
and-
so it's like you catch the cherry pit. What do you do with it?
Just hold it in my hand.
Would you like to expend a key point to throw it back as a bonus action?
I'm gonna throw it at the
I was about to say, when did Rocket monk levels?
Right?
When did
Surprise.
Sparks get here?
So,
When I
so you
catch
just catch it. It doesn't do anything. You just hold it.
Yeah.
Okay.
In his mind, he won.
Okay.
Nice catch.
So a little bit later, the golden retriever comes back with a gnome that you don't recognize. And all I'm gonna say is, imagine Professor Flitwick.
Nice.
And he rolls up. He says,
Ah, you're the out-of-towners who needed assistance. What can we do for you?
Yeah, we were in need of an unusual reagent, and we weren't sure who to turn to, so we're here.
Blackstaff Tower does have its keeping of reagents. Do you have a permit to access our storehouses?
Just pointing over at Pierce.
Looks at
"Yeah."
Pierce.
Pierce like shows his
Looks at
badge. And the guy nods. He says,
Right. What can we procure for you today?
We're in need of a beholder's eye stalk.
What color?
Blink, blink.
"I killed Dry Scare. I killed Dry Scare."
Can't
I
tell if he's fucking with us
I
or not.
think it matters.
Yeah, I don't think it matters.
Does it need to be attached?
Preferably not.
Hopefully not.
Which biological infusion do you require?
I understood 0 of that.
The golden retriever says,
Which beam does it shoot?
Again, I don't think it matters.
Trouble makes the noise of a laser gun firing.
Nice.
Now we just need an eye stalk.
Well,
Whoever one you got most
is it going
stock
to be
of.
destroyed in whatever process you have?
We don't know.
We don't know yet.
Well,
Possible, but
in that case, we'll need a
no.
deposit of 1,000 dragons, if you please.
Did I hear that right?
I've got 700 on me at the moment.
If it's going to be destroyed, I mean, it's not unreasonable.
How much money do I have? Not a lot.
How much does Connie
let me
have?
do some math real quick.
I have 57 for those wondering.
Pierce
I have-
Pierce says, "It's to open the vault of dragons." And Trouble goes,
All right.
Open sesame!
Nightfall would.
Thank you, Trouble.
Nightfall would, because
"Yep."
That's fair.
Yeah, it's kind of.
He's gonna see that in the fucking VOD. Upset.
Hi, future
Yeah,
Nightfall.
yes, he is. And he's gonna send me a message that says, "Thank you, Kit."
Thank you.
As soon as Pierce says that we're going to open the Vault of Dragons, Hintonbrain just sighs and punches him on the shoulder.
Pa! Okay.
He goes, Ow, what? Well,
Well,
then
part of keep
a
walking
1,000
down,
dragon
you
deposit
are-
shouldn't be anything, and as long as you bring the ice dog back, we'll return the money in full.
Do we have 1,000 between us?
Got 35 plat and 100 gold. What about you guys?
I've
have
got
57
5
gold.
platinum and 300.
Trouble makes the noise of a pile of coins falling together.
Hang on. So
Are we sure this isn't a polymorph?
So
cantrip?
Connie has 45 platinum, which is
450 gold.
Yeah.
Okay, let's map this out.
Let me get move back to grab Lawrence real quick.
Well, Brayton has 700 and Connie has 450. That's
Wait, no,
1150.
I'm mathing it wrong. It's 1 platinum is 10 gold, right?
Correct.
Yes.
Okay, I have 350.
So you have 750 gold. No, 800 gold right now.
Yes. So I can give the 300 that I've got.
Okay, so if you're doing 300, I can pitch in 50.
So that's 800. As Vidley can cover the other 200, that's not an issue.
There we go.
She doesn't have it on her though.
Shit.
Then she says like, "Do we have to have the money right now?" And the gnome says, "Well, if you want the reagent now, yes. Otherwise, you're welcome to come back at a later date." The bird flies over and lands on the gnome's hat. The gnome looks up. Shoo!
How much?
Shoo! The bird goes, "Shoo!"
Cherry! Cherry! Holds out a cherry.
Make an animal handling check.
Ooh, cherry.
Oh no.
Make a dexterity saving throw.
Yep, there it is.
So what I'm hearing is nat 1.
Correct. Okay, so you say
Okay,
here,
that was oddly backwards.
yeah, it was a bit. Trouble launches itself at you, bringing the gnome's pointy hat with it. So it lands on your horn, plucking the cherry out of your hand, and smacks you in the face with a hat that smells like old man gnome.
Look on the bright side.
As soon as it hits you, something wet lands on your feet.
Oh.
Looks down.
There's a toad sitting on your feet.
Oh.
That's not so bad.
Sitting on my feet.
Sorry?
Sorry, did you say a toad?
Toad, yes. A toad lands on your feet.
Hello? Picks up toad.
The toad cannot speak, so the toad just looks at you grumpily.
It
You feel a tap on your arm.
spins around.
Yeah, the gnome, the de-hatted gnome that now looks a bit like Dumbledore in his later years, is like, "Excuse me, miss, I believe you have a couple of things that belong to me."
Sorry, here. Hands toad, hands hat.
Yeah, he takes the toad, puts it on his head. You see the toad burrowing into his hair as he puts his hat on, and then he scoffs at the bird. Cherry laughs.
Yeah.
I swear to God, cockatiels in that fucking laugh there.
To be fair,
Yeah,
I am
I
playing
think
this
she said-
cockatiel true to life.
You are. I love it.
I think she says to his valet, think you could scrounge up the rest? How long do you think that would take?
A few minutes, really.
Make it right.
I was gonna say me and Edzvila can go procure the rest.
Are we doing that?
Yeah,
or am
you
I...
go do that, and we'll go...
I think, yeah, to Brayden, she says, like,
Are we doing that, or am I getting it legitimately? I was just going to go, like, get it out of my bag.
That works.
Right, it's entirely up to yourself.
I mean, not
Should
everything
Brayden
can be
has
solved
Brayden
with
has a
robbery.
tiger in-
Just most things.
Hmm.
So you wait here. I won't be a moment.
and she toddles off.
Okay.
Sherry goes,
Bye bye.
Well, while you're doing...
looks down, like,
I think she...
looks down parallel with your eyes, Connie, and goes,
Hello.
Hello. I think she says to either the retriever or the gnome, whichever seems less annoyed, you don't happen to know anyone by the name of whatever the name was on the cuff?
I can check the records.
says the retriever.
Would you mind?
Not at all.
Thank you.
Thank
Yeah,
you so much.
it, like, turns its back, and then you hear a whistle, and the bird flies off your horn and lands on the retriever's back, and the retriever just walks away.
There you go.
So
Picks up bird.
I realized what the catastrophic failure of that animal handling check probably would have been. Ooh, cherry! Bites into Connie.
No, it's gonna try to knock her down.
A cockatoo?
Yeah. Connie
Wow.
has a dex of 8.
Fair point.
And cockatoos are
9, I'll have you
surprisingly
know.
strong.
Oh, you raised it. Cool. So yeah, so the gnome is like finishes fixing his hat. Says, why do you need a beholder's eye stalk? And do you have a permit for it?
Looks at Pierce.
Just
We don't need a permit where we're going.
Yeah, right. Pierce says like I'm Forrest Gray, and the dude like waves him off. He's like, no, I'm not making an official inquiry. I'm just curious. What do you need an eye stalk for?
Devil worship.
I was on similar track with that. Paraka wouldn't.
Also, Connie, just so you know, we've talked about the bird sitting on your horns and calling you cherry. So like your hood is down.
Mm-hmm.
Shit. Puts hood up.
No one said a word yet, so
Yeah,
apparently
nobody said a word
I
yet.
figured she put 2 and 2 together.
No one seems to care yet.
Yeah, nobody said
Yeah,
anything
but-
yet.
I know, but she just
Which-
like puts it up reflexively.
You know, it makes sense because you're in a fucking building
School.
of the learned.
School, yeah.
People know what the fuck you are here.
What do you want it for?
Pierce did say the vault already, right?
No.
I
Or, no,
sure
he did to the retriever, not to the gnome. What?
For
He
a,
said to the retriever, didn't he?
No, the gnome was there when you said it.
Oh, was he? Okay. Then that's fine.
And you just didn't react. The gnome just didn't react.
Yeah, well, he wouldn't. So, okay, so instead of that question, he says, why do you think a beholder's eye stalk will get you into a legendary vault that doesn't exist?
Why wouldn't it?
Make a persuasion check.
I was about to
Jesus. I am amazing at these.
This is gonna go so good.
If that doesn't work, Braden's gonna say, see, the Stone of Galore's a magical thing.
I want to see Rocco roll persuasion.
I rolled it.
Well, you see, it'll be a
Oh,
beautiful.
I
turn your
rolled,
3D
I rolled
you rolled
performance.
performance. Turn your 3D dice on, boy.
That tends to like me, but okay.
Okay,
Well,
then
you
don't.
see, it'll be a beautiful sight when we return that money to the people of Waterdeep, and beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
So Rock, you say like, why wouldn't we? And the gnome like smiles and he says, an excellent point.
Stockham feels a disturbance in the force.
Care for a game of chess, my good man?
A game of what?
Chess.
I don't know if he's ever heard of chess.
It's a wonderful game. The sport of kings, they call it. And he's already like walking away and gesturing you to follow. I'm like, come on, my office is right over here.
I think he starts walking, turns the other, and is just mouthing quietly, "Help me!"
Sounds like a load of barnacles.
So I love the idea that the gnome and Rockham exit the scene right when the Black Viper comes back,
Mm-hmm.
and she's holding like a coin purse, and she like holds it out. It's like, all right, so yeah, I told you that. Where did it go?
Points in that direction.
Something about a chess game.
With who? Percival's right here.
The gnome.
With Rockham of all people.
What? Do any of you besides Percival know what chess is?
Not a clue.
This is going to be hilarious. Where do they go?
I want to say it involves those little red and black circular pieces.
Not quite. Where do they go?
It like
That
start
way?
walking that direction.
Cool. So yeah, so we crossfade to
Oh boy.
Rockham. You're sitting on, you know those camping stools that's basically just like a square of fabric and
Yeah.
a tripod base?
Yeah.
Imagine that, but it's child size,
Perfect.
and you're Rockham
Mm-hmm.
leaning over a table with a chessboard on it, a very ornate like glass chessboard, and the gnome is sitting on the other side smoking a pipe. and the board is very clearly Rockham is destroying this gnome.
Oh, Jesus.
And we see the door open, and the other four of them come in. And the gnome, like, moves a piece and, like, slams the timer. Like, get out of that! I dare you!
Just panicked silence as he's. If from the outside, it looks like he's focused, but for the others, sheer panic.
You got
As
this,
he's just
Rock.
flying by the seat of
You
his
got
pants.
this, Rock.
Appreciated. And yeah, he'll make his move as it were.
Yeah, you make a move, you press the timer, and the gnome just, like, damn near drops his pipe. He's like, no one would ever move a knight there! What? You're brilliant, my good man! You're brilliant! He
I certainly am.
moves a piece and slams the timer. But I've got you now!
It does another one. A few seconds later.
Yeah, you move a piece, cut it out, and the gnome just, like, stares. And he doesn't touch a piece. And then he goes, that's going to be checkmate in 14 moves. Good show!
Totally intentional, yes.
What's a check?
Make a deception check.
What's
As he, like, holds his hand out to shake.
Yeah, shake.
Perfect.
But why?
Perfect. 10 out of 10.
The one time they shouldn't get high rolls.
Holy shit.
If only.
Wait, what the fuck did he roll?
He rolled high enough to bluff the gnome.
Oh my god. Somewhere
What is
off in the city is Ran here and Sokkum go careening down the road. Sokkum looks to the sky. There's something wrong with the world.
So the gnome, like, shakes your hand, and he starts, like, putting the pieces back. He says, best 2 out of 3. 2 out of 3. Yes, let's go again. And Pierce, like, clears his throat and says, like, we have the money. And the gnome says, what money? Oh, yes, right. And he, like, drops his pipe, jumps up. Yes. I'll go and fetch your. And he just, like, trundles out of the room. And Esvile looks at Rockham and says, what did you do?
He's just not even blinking, just staring at the board. Just. I don't know.
So what did he say this game was called? Guess?
Chess. I have no clue what just happened. I think I won?
Well, apparently you're a
Picks up
master at it.
Picks up a piece and examines it.
It's a horsey.
I will take Ziraj over that
little horse.
as I stand up.
You're holding a tiny glass horse.
But
it's
very
only
cute.
a horse from, like, the front half. The bottom half is like a castle.
That is very cute and very intricate, and I'm gonna put it down before I break it.
Right, so you put it down, and yeah, the fucking like, you guys pull your money, and the gnome comes back with like a metal box, and he offers it up to you in exchange for the money.
Hot potato.
Yep. You open the box, and inside is a glass tube with a cork filled with some liquid and a beholder's eye stalk that is turning and blinking.
Oh
Blinking.
god,
That
Right.
is.
That's
Yeah.
disturbing.
Blackstaff Tower.
But I think that'll work.
Thank you.
We'll have the deposit back for you in
Thanks.
full if you bring back our property. Who are we
Thanks.
co-signing this under, by the way?
looks at Pierce.
Yeah, Principal says. Principal just says the KnightLites.
There you go.
The gnome nods, and you guys head out. Before we wrap up for the evening, I really want to do Sokkum and Rainier in the vault, like in the bank vault. I mean,
Yeah.
'cause I think that would be hilarious.
Yes.
Yeah, let's finish with that.
So, okay.
I really want to return that bird to its human.
So, Sokkum, are you here? Sokkum?
Gamzee!
Gamzee.
I'm sorry.
Hi.
Yes, hi.
So we crossfade from them to you and Rainier in front of a bank.
Oh, good.
And Rainier says, so something about a hobgoblin and
We need
pickles.
to go talk to the hobgoblin teller. Tell them Mert wants to know the price of peanuts.
I'm going to let you handle this. I'm going to wait outside.
Are you sure? Because whatever's in those boxes is bound to be super fucking cool.
And I'm certain you're going to show me.
When
I
they
don't
come
want to
into
be
use.
anywhere near whatever Lord Mert is planning, because frankly, Sock'em, this is a ruse for Mert to get something out of this vault, but I don't know what it is, and I don't want to be blamed for it.
Probably, but he was told King of Gold Dragons and that I didn't like his chances in the fight, and he told me to go get something, so I'm gonna go get it because I think it might be awesome.
Well, good luck.
Right. He's gonna head inside.
Yeah, so have you ever seen, like, an old world bank, Sock'em?
Yes.
Like those big, like, rooms with the big marble columns, and the tellers are basically in cages, right?
Yeah.
It's one of those, except it's massive because it serves Waterdeep.
Right.
You are the poorest dressed motherfucker in here.
Excuse me. But I've got the
As
best.
soon as you walk in, 3, like, full plate mail clad knights, like, walk up to you with their, like, one of them has their hands out, like, you need to go back outside, sir.
Why?
They look at each other. Are you here to do business?
Yeah.
Look at each other. Do you have money?
Now, you listen here.
Oh,
I have money. And let me tell you, this is insulting to the bearer of Azure Edge.
Oh,
Yes,
here
he's
we
playing
go.
that card because
Make a
he's a
persuasion
child.
check. Make a persuasion check.
Do I have advantage because I literally have it on my back?
Mm-hmm.
cut to DJ Jazzy Jeff getting thrown out of the house.
Yeah,
That
pretty
one, I
much.
think-
Oops, I already clicked it.
That's fine.
I want to
okay.
reroll that because I don't like it. Actually, no, I have advantage.
I mean, if you want to reroll it, you can.
I'll roll with it.
All right.
It's good.
So cut to DJ Jazzy Jeff getting thrown out of the house. No, but yeah. So the paladins stop, and they like take a step back and like bow, one hand on their waist, and the guy, you think the guy in the middle, you can't. They're wearing helmets. He says, my lord Rockham Zumar, forgive us.
Yes.
You have to understand. Actually, there was a mistake in the tabloids. I'm Sockham.
Tabloid, sir.
Oh, don't tell me you heard my name. Word of mouth.
Yes, sir.
Rockham is my brother. I'm Sockham, the Harper. They get us confused because we're twins, and it's...
They're just waiting for you to finish.
Anyway, I need to talk to a hobgoblin teller.
No one here like that, sir.
I think he, like, scratches his chin, like, Well, that makes this complicated.
What's your business, sir?
I was sent to pull some things out of a deposit box.
By whom?
Lord Mert. Harper business, you must understand.
Pause. Make another persuasion check. Cool. So, yeah. So
I love you just accepted at this point.
the knights like look at each other, and then one of them turns and walks off, and one of the other guys says, "Just a moment, sir."
Okay.
So time passes, not very long, and what would you picture if I said, imagine a bugbear, like the D&D style bugbear, that had the name Moneybags, but he was dressed like a Banjo-Kazooie villain.
Oh, so you mean Moneybags from Spiral?
Oh, so like that piece of art that's used all the time whenever someone talks about like a goblin grunt thug type picture.
Yeah.
So dude in a suit.
Yeah,
got the
so first of all, this hobgoblin is an orb. He's orb shaped, right?
Oh,
He's got a pinstripe suit, a big cigar, monocle, top hat, cane, right? He looks kind of like the Penguin,
God.
except he's a hobgoblin,
He is a goddamn video game villain.
right? And he comes waddling out of the back, and he looks you up and down, and he says, "Lord Mert sent you to see me.
Yes, he did.
What did he have to say?"
I think he's gonna get like quiet, step forward. He
Mhm.
wants to know the price of peanuts.
He drops his cigar.
Onto the very, very expensive carpet.
No, it's a marble floor.
Aww.
Drops a cigar. I'm sorry.
He wants to know the price of peanuts.
His fur pales.
Oh, wow.
His ears like tuck under his top hat.
Oh shit.
Right this way. And he turns, and the guards start to follow. He says, "Nope, to your post." And he just starts waddling towards the stairs.
And Sockham's gonna follow him.
Okay, yeah, he leads you down, like, down to Goblin Town, down several flights of stairs. You're deep under Waterdeep at this point.
Why does this feel like that scene out of Harry Potter?
Yes!
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
Yes! And he leads you to, like, a big vault set in the wall, and this, like steel defender golem, like, grabs a chain and, like, pulls it open. And he leads you inside, and there's just... Imagine, like, a hotel-style hallway, but it's just safe deposit boxes as far as the eye can see.
Wow.
Some of them are room-sized. Like, there's room doors with numbers on them.
Any chance you can help me locate what I'm after? Because I'm gonna get lost real quick here.
Certainly, sir.
I'm after box 283 and 594.
Of course, sir. And like does not look at you when he says that, or when you say that, and starts like leading you down the left-hand hallway. And yeah, go ahead.
So why is this such a big deal, by the way?
Not a big deal, sir. It's fine. Everything's fine here. Run up. Top operation.
Panic in his boots.
I'm not quite like Lord Mert. If there's something that scares you about this situation, you can tell me.
Scared me? No. I'm grateful for the position, sir.
If you're about to freak out, I won't tell Mert.
And he like stops in front of like a box that's like vaguely the shape of like a mailbox, like a modern mailbox, and, like taps it with his cane, and it says 283 on it.
We'll open that one up.
It requires a key.
Oh,
He gave me a key, yeah?
Nope.
Oh.
He's got, a key ring on him.
He didn't give me a key.
I should hope not, sir.
Oh. Could you please?
Yeah. And nods and sticks his cane against the keyhole, and then turns it. You hear a click, and he pulls it, and the drawer is stuck to the cane, and he pulls it, and it extends all the way across the hall.
Wow.
Oh, so
It's the Looney Tunes drawer, yeah.
So what's in it?
Arrows.
Oh,
Like bundles and bundles of arrows.
That's a lot of arrows.
I want all of them.
you will never want for ammo again.
Of course, sir.
A bundle is like 10 per, yeah?
Yeah, it's a bundle of 10.
Take like...
Each one has like a band around it. different colors.
Are these arrows what I think they are?
Yes.
Nice.
So if that's the case, then I presume there's like gold banded.
Correct.
It's gonna grab, say,
There-
2 of them.
There are 2.
Okay, then he'll grab the 2.
Okay. You pull it up, and there's a wooden box underneath them.
It just keeps getting weirder. Open box.
You open the box.
Yes.
Inside is a crystal ball full of like purplish black smoke, held in a Skyrim style dragon claw.
Whoa.
Whoa, indeed.
Now these were this was under specifically the gold arrows, yeah.
That you pulled those up, and this box is underneath. Yes.
Just for his own like sanity, he's gonna check like under another bundle of arrows, see if there's a box under
There
them
is
too.
another box.
Okay, so can this box be removed?
Yes.
He'll close the box and like pick it up.
Okay. It's heavy.
Jeez. Well, whatever this is, it should be useful.
Okay. Will that
And
be
then-
all, sir?
Then I also need 594.
Yes, sir. He slams the drawer closed, pulls his cane out. Follow me, sir. And he turns and waddles down the hallway some more. So add 20 gold banded arrows and a wooden box with a glass orb in it to your inventory, please.
And we have no idea what they do.
Correct.
Hopefully Pierce can shed some light on him.
How much do they weigh each?
The arrows, they're normal weight for arrows.
So like 0.5.
Mhm.
And then how much was the box?
The box plus the orb is 5 pounds. It's a weighty little thing. It's about the size of a Pokeball, but it's weighty.
Okay.
So there's a
Luckily,
lot
I have the strength for all this. That reminds me. Honestly, Sokkum is just in awe of this place as he's walking with this guy.
Okay.
Because, like, it's clear this is. Like, Blackstaff may have reserves. He's
Yeah, they're
putting
probably down here.
And yeah, they probably have reserves there, but this is probably where their good shit is, along with the Harper stuff and everything. This is.
I mean, look, not for nothing. I'm the GM, and I have to say this. There is nobody down here that you can see aside from this fat ass hobgoblin. I'm just saying.
Sokkum ain't gonna take that money, or he
Okay.
ain't gonna take that chance.
So you get
Just hitting the schmuck.
to the next area. You get to 594. I thought.
Yes.
And this one, it's a different shape. The other one was basically like a letterbox, right? This one, have you ever seen one of those kitchen cabinets that's basically just like a strip and it pulls out laterally?
A strip that pulls out laterally.
Yeah, you use it to like hang pots and stuff.
Oh yeah, I think so.
Yeah, it's basically that shape, but a little bit wider.
Hmm.
And he taps it to make sure he's got the right one.
That's right.
And he nods. He waits for the okay for you to tell him to open it.
If you'd please.
Yeah, he sticks his cane in it, turns it, there's a click, pulls it out, and it's just row upon row of what looks like hanging, like, scroll cases. They've got little, like, hooks in the top that attach them to this cabinet, and there's just tons of them. These just like, effectively paper, like, wrapped tubes. And they've all got labels on them.
Jeez. I guess he's gonna look for the label that would be most appropriate for the situation at hand.
Yeah. So you look through them, and one of them says, like, one of them says like Chul Whisker. One says Mind Flayer Whisker. One says like Aboleth Tentacle. One says like Gold Dragon Beard. One says like Harpy Liver, etc.
Yeah, I think like once
You
he's
see one
read,
that says Terrasque Blood.
Oh God.
wow. Once he's read those couple, he's like, oh, okay, that's what this is, and he's just gonna start looking straight for what he's after.
Yeah, you find a beholder eye stalk without too much difficulty.
There we go. Pull it off the rack.
Make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, good. Yeah, that tracks.
Yeah, so you grab it and you're immediately like, you know how in like modern movies they'll do that like single frame like flash like they do in Lord of the Rings, and you get like the wince from the actor.
Mm-hmm.
You get that, and it's just a single frame of the hyper zoom of the monster manual cover. So like the bottom half of a beholder's eye and the top half of its teeth.
Oh, jeez.
You just get like that, and then you just like hold your head.
That was unpleasant.
Quite all right, sir.
Yeah, just not used to unexpected magic.
Is that all you require, sir?
Yes.
Slams it closed. Anything else, sir?
No, this should be everything. Thank you.
And he starts trundling back towards the stairs.
He's gonna follow close because he doesn't trust himself not to get lost.
Okay. And he gets to the top of the stairs. He like, leads you all the way back out. He gets up the stairs and he turns and he says, "I trust I was adequate in performing my duty, sir."
You were an absolute fantastic help.
Then you are finished with us today, sir.
Correct. Thank you very much.
Yeah, you nod at him and he says, "Thank you, sir." And then he just gets Thanos snapped. His clothes just fall to the ground and there's nothing there.
I think he does this. Okay, and he starts like walking.
Like he seems like relieved. It's not like "I don't feel well, Mr. Stark." It's like, "Oh, thank God."
I think still that's it. And starts speed walking to the door.
Okay. So you head outside, and Rainier meets you at the door. He's got like a cigarette, and he's like, "So, what did you find?" And that's the last shot of the episode.
So, what did you find? We need to go.
All right. So, that was our episode. Holy heck. Let's do some shout-outs, shall we? Gamzee, start us off since it was your scene.
Ladies and gentlemen, as always, I am Guy Gamzee, the bard in training, gaining a little more experience every single day. I do hope you enjoyed this episode of Into Waterdeep as much as I have. And until the next one, I hope you have a fantastic rest of your night.
Delta, give us a shout-out.
Hello, I'm Delta, your resident Mad Scotsman. You'll find me hanging about Kit's channel, doing mod stuff, usually playing games. If you ever need a hand with something, give me a shout and I'll see if I can at least help a little. And we're still not at the vault.
We're still not what? At the vault, yeah.
We're still not at the vault.
Triska.
Hey guys, Triska here. I'm a mod for Kit's channel. I knit soft and fluffy things. And since the holidays are coming up, if you need to stay warm, hit me up for anything of that nature. And again, since the holidays are coming up, if you need help budgeting, I am more than happy to lend a hand. Feel free to hit me up anytime, either in the chat or on Discord.
Grace Miller.
Hey, I'm Birch Mila, aka Gracie. I do a lot of art and things for Kit's channel, and I also love tabletops. So if you like either of those things, give me a poke.
And Brightwind.
Hi, I'm Brightwind Inc. Sometimes I do art stuff. If you want to see that art stuff, you can find it at Brightwind Inc. on DeviantArt, Discord, sometimes Facebook when I remember that I have one, and Twitter. I think I got them all. And yeah, commissions are not open right now, but getting there. And thanks for having me. been a hectic time IRL, but I was glad to play this week.
For my part, I am the sharp-eyed Kitsune, the teller of tales and the weaver of mysteries, the masked bard. This is a channel that is devoted to lore and storytelling, world-building, role-playing, and discussions of those things. So, if that's to your fancy, you're in excellent company here, and I do hope that you enjoyed your time with us. I stream every single day that my health permits me to do so, and we're rolling with advantage in 2020 and beyond. Tomorrow, we'll be finishing up our playthrough of Yakuza Kiwami 2 in the afternoon, and then I need to take a half day and meet with some players for the upcoming Dice-Icive Action Voices of the Mountain premiering this coming Thursday if you're watching the live show. Then on Tuesday, we've got the beginning of our DL Simber celebration and the return of Decisive Action Crown of Fangs in the evening, our weekly Tomb of Annihilation playthrough that I do hope that you'll stop by for. For now, I'm going to get out of here, but when I do, I'll be hosting someone, it's someone who I like, someone who I hope that you all will like, and can spread some of the love that was felt here today over in their channel. And check back here, because I'm always hosting someone, and you might find your new favorite streamer that way. For now, though, as ever, time to close the book on today and leave you with these parting words. From myself and my keepers to all of you, the regulars, the followers, the newcomers, and the lurkers. Whether you're just having a seat by the fire or you've got a running tab at the bar, remember, there's always more stories to tell. And hopefully, I'll see you all next time as we venture ever closer to the Vault of Dragons with Into Waterdeep, featuring the KnightLites and a new chapter. Good night, you guys. Thank you so much for stopping by, and hope to see you again soon.